Today's episode of Bacon and Eggs is brought to you by Team Bacon and our newest patron. Thank you so much, Z.A. Pearson, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs! I'm Tyler Carlin.
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And I'm Seamus Gorman.
And we're coming to you from your childhood.
Because we've got a special treat for you.
The first of 3 special treats.
So reach for this guy.
Make sure to pick your moving buddy.
And full with style.
Because today we're bringing you...
Toy Story!
Toy Story! No!
Woo! Seamus, how excited are you right now?
I'm really excited. I don't think I've ever been allowed to talk about Toy Story for like an hour straight in my life. So this is a real big opportunity for me.
Toy Story, this is the original one we're talking about, released November 22nd, 1995, 8,358 days ago.
It was March in the UK. I just thought, imagine that wait till March. That's 5 months later.
Didn't you have to wait until you were born?
Yeah. I wasn't born yet, but still, yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the first one in theaters either. I was like 2.5 years old.
Yeah, I was a baby.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jonathan probably did.
It did pretty well. They made it for $30 million. And they made $373.6 million. It has a 100% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 92% audience rating, as well as a 95 on Metacritic.
That's insane. Those are crazy.
Yeah, that's a
scores.
really high Metacritic score.
It is. I think the first 2 are the best reviewed films ever until like Paddington 2 came along and just killed it.
I mean,
I still haven't watched it.
No, neither have I. I want to see it because it's so well reviewed. But
yeah, there's a bunch of 100%ers, but like a lot of them are movies that you would think would be like big text films, like like art stuff. But this is at its core, I mean, it's not a kid's movie. Like, holy crap, is this not a kid's movie? I did not realize this until we watched it last night. But like, this is a Pixar movie, and we know Pixar's great, but like 100% is nuts.
Yeah, and it's something they haven't achieved since then. They get 99 a lot, but
well, I mean, I think you'll agree with me. The gap between 99% and 100% is enormous.
Oh yeah.
Like that is it's a big, like a 99%. You're like, yeah, okay, that's 99%. 100%, you're saying this movie is perfect.
Yeah.
Do you think this deserves 10 out of 10?
Me? No, I don't.
I don't either.
I would say maybe the sequels do, in my opinion, in my biased opinion. But I don't think the first one is as good as Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3. I still think it's a really, really good film. But
I agree.
It's very. I'm hesitant to ever count anything as perfect. And granted, the average rating on it is 9 out of 10, not 10 out of 10. That's just the way Rotten Tomatoes works. Gives it 100% because there are no negative reviews, and that's why I like Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, it's because it works things like that. It's like it's either you see it or you don't see it. Like
it's binary,
right? It is. And speaking of binary,
it's a 1.
It's a 1. I mean, I don't think we need to say it, but I don't think we need to say it.
That's a tough one, you know. It might be a 0.
Seamus, how could this movie possibly be a 0?
It's a 1.
Seamus is like, it's a 0 because if you watch it, then you have to pay attention to me, and that's self-deprecating humor, and that's how you advance in the world.
No, I mean, as long as we're talking about the binary, and Ty always likes to point out the binary is like do you have to see it or do you not have to see it? If there's any of the 3 that is a 1, it's this one. Like, you have to see this one.
Yeah, okay.
I have to see Toy Story 2.
Like, is it the best of the Toy Story movies? It's maybe not, but it is the most important.
Yeah, because it's like revolutionary for what it was.
It really is, yeah. I will say, like, watching the movie, it was much better than I remembered, and I'd always had fond memory of it. I don't think I've seen it probably in 15 years. It was much better than I remembered because of excellent writing and, for the time period, excellent animation. For pretty much the whole of the first act and a half, and then the third act is good. But right at the end of the second act, that's when it slips for me. When it drops from a 10 out of 10 to like a 9.2.
Oh, wow. What happens?
Okay, well, hold the thought for a minute, because we got to
okay.
We got to do some other stuff first.
Negative
we do have to give our positive and negative reviews.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you have a positive review for me, Tyler? I know they're hard to find. They're hard to come by.
Yeah, I mean, this is from Amy Nicholson at Box Office Magazine. This is the top review by the top critic on the old Rotten Tomatoes. And Amy Nicholson says, "I think I speak for all adults and kids when I say I can't wait for playtime."
There you go.
Good review. I like it.
So I could not find a professional negative review, so I'm bringing you just an absolute pile of crap that I found on Metacritic. Metacritic user MovieMan12 says on June 13th, 2013, a cinematic pile of rubbish. It is a complete ripoff of The Brave Little Toaster. So sick of Pixar taking credit where they deserve none. My kids hate it too. Doesn't surprise me. And So nobody reacts to these reviews. Like, they have a thumbs up, thumbs down thing, and like all of the rest of the reviews which are positive have no likes, maybe one like. This has 51 dislikes.
That's good.
That just sounds like a really, really salty person.
Yeah. Sounds like their kids cried at the end of the second act.
I also have a great
like,
positive review
kids,
that I would like to read real quick. Can I read another positive review?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Do you want Seamus to read it?
No, I don't, because I found it and it's my review. Okay.
Okay.
This is from Twitter user Gorman Seamus, who on April 5th, 2018 said, I like Toy Story.
Oh yeah, that's my pinned tweet.
Yeah.
I thought
That is his pinned tweet.
I thought
To
you
which
had found something
someone
negative. I was
responded.
like, if you've tracked down something negative.
No. So when someone responded, I like trains. And then another person responded, gets run over by trains. And then Seamus replied, you can't get run over by Toy Story, but your feels can, Seamus.
I think
My
someone
heart
said
can
that,
get run
didn't
over
they?
by Toy Story.
That was good. I like that. No, I like Toy Story's like my brand. I don't know when
Yeah.
it became my brand, but it did.
About the time you release merchandise that says Woody and Jesse is not a couple.
Yeah, I like. Well, no, I feel like it was my brand before that. Like, I remember at the end of 2017. Have you heard of the Akinator application?
No.
Where it can like predict a person you're thinking of. Like,
No,
loads-
that sounds-
you
that
probably
sounds
don't,
awesome.
but like it was really big in like 2015, and YouTubers used to make videos like finding themselves on the Akinator, and it like asks you yes or no questions about the person you're thinking of. And the question that gets me on the Akinator is this person associated with Toy Story? And I got that in late 2017, and I was like, I love that. I don't know how that happened, but I love that because that was like before I'd like made it like this big thing, and then after that, ever since I've been like, I'm gonna embrace the Toy Story love.
See, when I think about you, I think about Harry Potter.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
I
because of the
picture a
British
Hufflepuff.
accent?
No, it's the scarf.
Yeah, it's the scarf.
I don't wear that as much in videos anymore. I don't actually know where it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's getting to winter, so it's gonna come back.
You're gonna
I like
find
that,
it.
though. I like that brand.
Yeah, but I definitely and I we did do an episode. You're the only person that's come on this show so far to talk about Pixar.
Yeah.
So
And
because we
now-
did Incredibles 2, which was alright.
Yeah, it's a good film.
This is a
Not
lot better than
the
Incredibles
original.
2.
Yeah, this
Let's
is
not
better
make
than
any mistakes
Incredibles
about
2.
that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do we want to do a toothpaste and orange juice with Seamus?
Seamus, did anything put a bad taste in your mouth recently? Anything that just like bothers you
About Toy
incessantly?
Story.
No,
Just
in
about
life.
anything.
About life.
Yeah.
Okay, so Seamus, the way the segment works, if you haven't been listening to the show, which, whatever. No, I'm kidding. You do listen to the show.
I listen. I listen more often if it's a film I've seen.
Okay.
Like when you made it on Mean Girls, I was like, I haven't seen that. So
You've never seen Mean
no,
Girls?
I don't know. I
it's
have a
worth your
younger
time.
sister, so I thought I might have, but no, apparently not.
Oh, it's for everybody. It's not just
Is
for
it?
younger sisters.
But like,
Yeah.
I felt like it was like this big thing for girls. When I was at school, I remember like all the girls had seen it, but the
It was
boys
a big
too-
thing, at least in the
boys
States,
could
it was
see
a big thing for people our age. So, like, I guess we're a few years older than you, so that's understandable. But, like, everybody our age in the United States knows Mean Girls, so that was, like, a big
Yeah.
deal.
Oh no, I think everyone knows it. I just
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's seen it. I don't know.
Anyway, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to do a quick countdown, and we're all going to say the thing that annoys us, and then somebody will start.
Okay.
But I don't have anything in mind, so I'm going to do the countdown, and then you guys are going to do the
You don't have
thing.
anything? You don't have anything that upsets you?
Not at the moment. I'm in an excellent mood today.
Okay, well, I'll introduce
So-
that way then. Okay, so we got Seamus here, and we're real quick. We might not do it for the other episodes. We're going to do it for this one. We're going to do a toothpaste and orange juice. I'm upset about something. Seamus is upset about something. Tyler's in a great mood today.
Howdy.
So he's not going to participate because I guess nothing bothers him all of a sudden. That's cool. Maybe that's my toothpaste. But anyway, Tyler's in a great mood, so he's going to count us down, and Seamus and I are gonna talk.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
So Seamus, I count down 3, 2, 1, and I don't say go, but when I would say go is when you say your thing.
Okay,
Does
I
that
can do
make
that.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
When
Milano
people say
cookies.
safe flight. I don't know
Tell
if
me
that
about your
works.
flight, Seamus.
Okay, so you know when you get on a flight, I don't know if people do this to you, where you're from, but everyone always says safe flight, like,
Yeah, like you have some kind of control over it.
yeah, but you don't. Why don't people say have a good flight? Like, you wouldn't go to someone if they were going on a long car journey, safe car journey, you might, I don't know.
Yeah, we absolutely would.
Oh, you
Yeah, we
absolutely
totally
would.
say that.
Oh,
Anytime somebody
or,
texts me or tells me that they're driving, I'm like, "Okay, drive safe."
or what about a train journey? Would you go safe train journey?
No, I
No.
wouldn't say have a
Yeah.
safe trip.
So, like, I don't get why people say, like, it's not really in... I guess car journey is in your control. So, kind of like, yeah, but, like, if it's a train journey or a bus journey, like, you wouldn't go safe train journey, safe bus journey. So why do people say safe flight? Why don't you just say enjoy your flight? I don't know. I tweeted that today, and then...
Oh, because people are terrified of airplanes, Seamus.
Yeah, they are.
That's
I'm
the
not
weird
as
thing,
bad.
is, like-
I've been on 23 flights this year, but...
Yeah, people are freaked out that the plane is just going to crash and they're all going to die. And, like, that does happen, and it feels like such a bigger deal because, like, a bunch of people die at one time. But,
Yeah.
like,
And you should be afraid of it because it happens all the time.
Much more people die in cars.
You know, I think like 18 people died in a plane crash in 2017, like under one flight.
There was a car crash in New York last week that killed 18 people at one time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I understand though. Like, you have no control over the flight, and generally,
I get why it's scary because it's high up in the air and stuff.
And the other reason is like, does anybody really enjoy a flight?
I kind of.
You're just not flying. Do you
I like a long
Seamus,
flight. If you get like to
I
watch
do
films
too.
and stuff on the flight, I kind of enjoy it.
That's been my experience with flights so far, is that like none of them are long enough, except like obviously we went to England. That was a nice long flight. I enjoyed that flight because I could get accustomed to the flight. I can get accommodated. I can like watch a movie. But it's like, if I'm taking a 45-minute flight to Charlotte, I'm like, man, we spend
most of my flights are like 45 minutes long to Belfast, and they're the same thing.
Spend 75% of the time either going up or going down. You're like in the air flying for like 10 minutes.
I just play a game on my phone or something and don't even notice time passes by.
So you'll play cheap indie games on your phone, but not your computer?
I wouldn't say I play cheap indie games on my phone.
What games do you play on your phone?
I don't even know. Whatever's on
Are you
it,
playing
like,
Hogwarts Mystery?
I don't know what I to say about that game. It's just kind of, it's such a clear cash grab from anything Harry Potter is going to do. I don't know. I just download a game on my phone before the flight. Like it's kind of, I would say it is a cheap indie game. Like, you know, like whatever top of the charts, one of those addictive games.
Yeah.
Just download a few of them before a flight and then go through a few of them.
I do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like I'll get the Instagram ads that are like 4% of people are able to beat this game, and I'm like, is that a challenge, Instagram? Is that a challenge?
I feel like we had this exact conversation in one of the previous podcasts. I don't know if I feel like am I wrong there? I don't know.
Maybe
someone
I don't know.
Someone probably watched them and
but that's how I always feel. And then I'm like, I did the
Yeah.
thing. I got to level 10 or whatever, and then I'm like, I've been had.
You've been had.
I've been had.
Yeah,
that's okay because they're usually pretty
you
fun. Anyway, so I'm annoyed because, and this is the most petty thing that I've ever said on Toothpaste and Orange Juice so far. Last night we're about to watch Toy Story, and my mom comes in my room and she's like, "Hey, I know you're busy, not to bother you, but I bought Milano cookies." And I was just like, I didn't need that right now. I don't need that evil in my life. Why are you telling me there's delicious cookies?
What are Milano cookies?
They're these like they're these Pepperidge Farm cookies, which is like a cookie brand, like, I don't know, Oreos or whatever.
Sorry, okay.
But they're
biscuits.
like artisan biscuits.
Okay.
They're
But
they're two wafers with chocolate in the middle of them.
Okay.
They're delicious. And I'm just like, I was doing pretty well. I'd eaten pretty well that day. I was like, whatever. I had like a vegetarian sub from Subway.
You had a veggie sub from Subway? We talked
Isn't that
yesterday.
just
You had
salad?
a meatball sub.
No, that wasn't yesterday.
Isn't a
that's
veggie
a salad.
sub?
I didn't have.
just
I wasn't
salad?
from Subway. I did have like a veggie sub though.
But a veggie sub, no, Seamus, a veggie sub is on bread.
Yeah. I've seen a veggie sub before. I swear it's just the salad in bread. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can get the salad anyway. It's just the sub without anything in it.
But I was like, and she was all like, "Oh, I don't want to interrupt you while you're busy." I'm like, first of all, Mom, we need to talk about boundaries here. You can always come in my room to tell me there's Milano cookies. Always. 3:00 in the morning, perfect time. I'd be a little confused. I'm gonna wake up like, why did you need to tell me this right now? And I'll probably be like, okay. And then 5 minutes later, I'll be like, oh crap, there's Milano cookies in the kitchen.
I was in Milan, which is called Milano by the locals, literally 3 days ago. So
how was it?
Milano, I was kind of.
That's where they have
confused.
fashion, right? That's where all the fashion in the world comes from.
Yeah, in my vlog, which is coming out tonight, I reference Edna Mode twice.
Did you get some fashion?
No, I was actually quite underwhelmed by it, honestly. It's basically just London, but in Italian.
So why are you in Italy though?
I just went with my friend. We wanted to go on holiday, and we went on holiday. We just we did it last year. We went to Barcelona last year, and we went to 2 football games while we were there, and just like saw the city and stuff like that. And this year we were like, we're gonna go bigger this year, so we went to Rome, Milan, and Naples. We went to 3 football games, 1 in each city, and went around each of the cities.
Man, Europe sounds awesome.
Europe is awesome. We also went into the Vatican City, which is the smallest principality in the world.
It's only got 1 citizen, right?
1,000
he's the only one that lives there.
Population.
Oh, I thought old who is it now? Benny?
No, Francis.
Frank. I thought Frank was the only dude that lived there.
No.
Yeah.
There's lots of.
You can think that, but no, it's not true.
Wow. Okay. Are you Catholic, Seamus? Are you not going to answer that question?
I am actually. Yeah, but I'm not practicing.
You're
okay.
In England? You're Catholic?
It's crazy. Well, my dad's Irish. That's my name's Seamus.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, as unfamiliar as it would be.
Are you allowed in Belfast?
It's not as bad as it once was.
For all of you listening,
the
you can't see
country,
the look
the
that
country
Seamus
is
just
just
gave me.
split in Belfast, they are 50-50. And you just don't... They all talk about it. They all say... I've never seen a country so, like, they would ask what your religion is within the first 5 minutes of talking to you. I've never been anywhere else where that's, like, a question that gets dropped that quickly.
It's kind of a big deal for them.
Yeah, it is. Nowhere else really cares as much, but yeah, no, it's not really a problem.
I don't know, man. You might want to go to, like, Jerusalem before you say that.
Yeah, I probably should, but it isn't a problem in Northern Ireland, at least.
Yeah. That's good. Wait, why do you go to Belfast so often?
That's where my girlfriend lives.
Oh.
Well, she doesn't live in Belfast, but she lives just outside.
That at no point has that occurred to me, because I feel like you're always there, and I'm like, man, they go to Belfast a lot, like to Northern Ireland a lot.
No, I go there on my own, just like I'm going
to visit
on Monday.
her. Yeah, I thought you guys just went there, like both of you went there a lot.
That's so funny.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Europe sounds awesome, man. It like I can't. 45-minute flights in the U.S. like that gets me nowhere.
It gets me to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, Belfast is technically part of the same country as...
I mean, yeah, but it's like I can't just like if I was to go right now and be like I want to take a trip to Milan, Rome, and Naples, it's like that's a save up for a couple years, get a sitter for the kids kind of thing. It's like we can't just that's not a weekend thing. Like
I've got to start saving for the sitter for the kids I don't have right now.
Yeah. Like, that's thousands of dollars.
Yeah, 100%. But I guess that's what a trip to America is for me.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up one time, and it's a lot cheaper for me to fly, like, Aer Lingus to Dublin, rent a car, go across the ferry, take the train into France, than it is to just fly to France.
Is it that expensive to go to France?
Like, considerably less expensive. Yeah.
I thought it'd be cheap to get to flights from Ireland to France.
No. Maybe.
I don't know.
But
all I know is in France they don't speak English, do they?
No.
But it's like...
No? See, that would mess me up.
They would speak it. Like, they speak it everywhere. Italy, Spain, they can understand you. Their English would be better than our French or Spanish or Italian would be, but...
But none of the infrastructure we have in the States allows for us to, like none of our travel websites are like, hey, you can book a flight through this carrier, get to Ireland, and then, like, buy a different flight through a different carrier because the carrier you're using doesn't fly to France or whatever. It's like...
But even on the flip side of that, Ethan, like, it would be a big deal for you and I to go to, like, the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, and San Diego for a week.
Yeah.
Wow, it's weird and also funny that you mention it, because you can get a flight to Flagstaff, Arizona, which is about a 3-hour drive from the Grand Canyon. No, 90-minute drive from the Grand Canyon for $212.
Well, that's nice.
What are we doing here? Neither of us has jobs.
Well, it's got to be in December.
Even better.
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'd already planned on presenting you this plan.
We're going
of Ethan
to
and Ty
canyon.
go to the Grand Canyon for the weekend.
Oh, nice. Am I invited?
Obviously.
It's going to cost you considerably more.
It'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
It's the other side of the country.
I've been to California before.
I have
not.
What the heck, Seamus?
Oh, no, I went when I was 12 on holiday with my family. I went to LA, San Diego, and Palm Springs.
Did you like any of those places?
Palm Springs was ridiculously hot. Like, it's a desert, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was... I'm used to, like, I'd need to convert it for you, but I'm used to, like, chilly weather. And out there, it was, like, 115 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah,
that is very
hot. Seamus, we know how good you are with heat.
No,
we did do the
you
DC
in Washington,
thing. Yeah.
D.C. was not good.
Was I not dealing well with it? I don't remember.
I mean, you were like, it doesn't get like this where I'm from. This is hot.
It doesn't. It was like 33 degrees Celsius when I was there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Anyway, yeah, Ty, Palm Springs is in the middle of the desert, like outside of Coachella, just north of the Salton Sea, which is like radioactive.
Where's the
not like radioactive
Burning
like
Man?
Lake Anna. It's like radioactive like you can't go in the water.
Where's not Lake Anna? Where's Burning Man? Is that no, Joshua Tree? That's what I'm thinking of. Where's
Joshua
I
Tree?
saw that.
You saw Joshua Tree?
Yeah.
Joshua Tree is in
I want to go to that. That
one
looks
of these
fun.
parks.
Yeah, I saw
Somewhere
that.
in the Angeles National Forest, I think.
It's like a big painted mountain, right, Seamus?
I can't really remember, but I remember seeing these Joshua trees.
Joshua Tree is not the big painted mountain. That is near Palm Springs. That's something else.
Okay, but that's where I'm thinking of.
Right.
When I think of Los Angeles, I think of palm trees just everywhere.
Yes. That would be LA.
Yeah.
Anyway, Toy Story.
Toy Story.
We have Seamus here. I actually want to talk about the movie.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the movie. So, Ty, why does it not... You explain why it doesn't get a 10 for you. That's the track we were on. Wait, what's wrong with Sid?
Sid's toys. Actually, honestly, to me, I have a problem with the fact that the toys are actually coming to life. That, like, they can come to life and mess with Sid. And they can affect their location in reality. And I get that, like, they kind of have to because the toys, like, throw Buzz out the window, so it's already, like, they're interacting with the human's understanding of them. But I think what made it such an interesting story for me as a child, maybe not realizing this, was the idea that, like, while I was downstairs watching a movie, my little green army men upstairs were, like, actually playing.
That's what I get that.
That is what they're trying to get you to think.
Right, but what's actually happening is, like, my little green army men are playing, and they might straight up disappear because they jumped out a window.
Well, I do agree the whole thing with when they like kind of like come to life in front of Sid. It's referred to as we got to break a few rules by Woody, which is interesting because I don't know, like it's never referenced again. No one's ever done it again. It kind of brings up the question of like, why didn't Lotso just come to life in front of humans and
right? Or why doesn't Buzz come to life in front of the humans? Because he doesn't know he's a toy.
Exactly. So I agree. I think that creates a tiny bit of a plot hole. Yeah, I'll admit.
I don't think they were planning the sequels when this came out.
No.
This is the same. This is the Star Wars of computer animated movies. It's like there are problems with Toy Story that are not rectified by the sequels or the rest of the whole Pixar theory thing.
But it doesn't really matter. I still think it makes a good story.
I agree.
You just got to think about this is a very thinly veiled political allegory.
Yeah, but it is the plot hole. Like, if Buzz was believed he was a real space ranger, why did he stop coming to life with the rest of the toys when whatever that line is? I see it all the time.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that like immediately stood out to me as a problem. And I think like I think it still tells a good story. It's still genuinely enjoyable, but I think it makes it not a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
That's strange that you see that as a problem.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. That's never occurred to me as like I guess I can see that it's a plot hole, but like I don't really think of it as a plot hole. I just think that like that was a dire situation worth breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Why didn't the other toys break the rule? Little army man that was strapped to an M80. Why wasn't he like, "Hey Sid, I'm real"?
Yeah. No, you make a good point. No,
because he is
I'm
literally a soldier.
No one has become like a proper good solution in a theory for that. But like,
I mean, the army man is a soldier. He doesn't have the authority.
Pterodactyl could come to life.
They could, yeah. I don't think it's complicated.
Those kids supposed to make sense.
Right, those toys didn't know that they could do that until Woody.
Yeah.
But how did Woody know he could do that?
I don't know that Woody knew he could until that moment.
Reach for the sky.
Maybe.
Because that's the thing is like they're scared of Sid's toys because they don't know anything about Sid's toys. They think, oh, Sid made them. They've got to be evil, and none of them are evil.
Yeah, they thought
none of them want to harm Woody and Buzz. All they do is help.
Yeah.
This movie is made out of that like rampant, post Berlin Wall xenophobia type thing.
Yeah. Well, my only reason why this would be my least favorite of the Toy Story film is because it's short. I think it's a little short.
I was shocked at how fast everything happened.
Yeah, it's 86 minutes long. No, 79 minutes long or something. It's ridiculously short.
Like they got to Pizza Planet and I was like, wow, we are really early in this movie still. Like,
yeah, I think that's purely because it was the first ever computer generated animated movie, and like they just needed they needed to get a feature length film, and
right,
was as long as they could make it.
At the end of the day, it's a screen test. It's like it's a validity experiment, saying like, will people watch this?
Yeah,
they did.
They did,
but it didn't actually do significantly well at the box office. But their films just kept doing better and better after it, and then eventually Finding Nemo made like 900 million or something.
Yeah, a lot of money.
And didn't The Incredibles just break the record?
Incredibles 2 broke. It didn't beat Frozen. Yeah, it's still out in some countries though.
I mean, I would argue Frozen setting the record is also like, it's
all the top
sort of the same people, right?
I mean, that record's just going to keep being broken. Toy Story 4 is going to break that record.
Do you think
Frozen 2 is going to break that record? Yeah, I'm absolutely sure it will. 100%. Like it's just
I don't think
it's a different movie-going climate than it is. The Pixar movies that are coming out now have the benefit of people are going to the movies again. Like it has the benefit of existing in the same world as the MCU and Star Wars and these enormous movies that like everyone is seeing.
Yeah, because Toy Story 3 did very, very well. A lot of people don't want Toy Story 4, and that's the problem.
Me included.
Yeah, I don't want it, but I will pay money to see it. So.
But I think the fact that people don't want to see it might just mean it might not do as well. I think it might do worse than Toy Story 3.
Oh, no, I think everybody that says that they don't want Toy Story 4 is exactly like us. And they're sitting here going, I mean, you really don't have to make it, but if you're going to insist, I'm going to see it.
I think it's going to be good. I have hopes it's going to be good.
I've got some questions for the group, because if we've got Seamus here, I've definitely got to ask him questions.
Okay.
But first, I want to know, Seamus, you recently made a video on it. How were you introduced to Toy Story? Same with you, Ethan. And I can share my experience as well. And, what does it mean to you? What does this movie mean to you? All that jazz.
Ooh. Okay, I actually know the story. My mom's told me before. So basically, when I was 2 or 3, for my 2nd or 3rd birthday, someone bought me Toy Story on video, like an old VCR player video. It makes it sound odd, but I still have the copy of it. And the person who gave it to me has recently passed away, but she saw my YouTube channel before she passed away, and my mum was like showing it to her, saying like how like you were the one who gave him the video, and like you had this full influence on him and have basically formed his life and his future, his job and everything for him. But I got given it on video. My mum saw it and thought it looked like a film for like 7-8-year-olds, and I was too young to watch it. So
when were you born?
1998.
Okay, so after this, yeah.
So I would have been given it in like 2000, 2001. And
right.
My mum thought the film looked like it was for 7-8-year-olds. I was like 3 or something. Basically didn't show it to me because I wasn't capable of putting a film on myself at that age. And then one day I think my dad put it on just because he just wanted to keep me quiet or something. I don't know really. So he put it on, and I was just glued to it. And then I literally, any time we had a moment with the TV, I'd be like, can you put Toy Story on? Can you put Toy Story on? So she went and bought the sequel. And then literally, my dad said anytime he came home from work when I was at nursery, me, my mum and my sister would be just sitting watching Toy Story and Toy Story 2. And it was just apparently, as a kid, that was what I wanted to watch. And then I probably went a while without like overly watching them over and over again when I started at school and stuff. I still liked the films, but I didn't overly watch them. And then I kind of got hooked again when Toy Story 3 came out, because I wouldn't have seen them for a while. Then Toy Story 3 came out. First time I ever went to a different country to see a film. I was just coincidentally in America when it came out in America. And I went to see it in America. And yeah, I've been loving it ever since. Got them all on DVD, and yeah.
There you go.
So this to you was like what Star Wars was to me growing up, I feel like.
The first film you ever really had a connection to.
The first series you were like, this is the best thing that's ever been made, ever.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, interestingly, the only films I would consider in the same, and this is like high praise, but the only films I would ever consider in the same bracket as the Toy Story films would be Empire Strikes Back and maybe Infinity War. Like, that is how highly I rank them among films. Like, those would be like the 2 other films I really rank highly.
Right. Well, that's high praise.
Yeah. And that's why I like Toy Story.
Toy Story's so good.
It is a great movie. As for me, I don't remember a time before Toy Story. I don't think I saw it in theaters. I might have. It's entirely possible that we went to see it because I did have an older cousin that went to movies with us pretty regularly. She's a couple years older than me. So it is entirely possible that I saw it. I just don't remember it because, again, I was like barely over 2 years old. But I really don't remember a time without it. And it's like, I'm sure I saw it at some point. I mean, obviously I saw it at some point before I kind of started making permanent memories. Cause like I remember having a Buzz Lightyear, and I remember seeing Toy Story 2 in theaters, and I had a Woody and a Buzz Lightyear by the time that it came out. So I'd clearly already seen it. And like, I got another Buzz Lightyear for Christmas that year. I remember that much. Like I definitely saw the second one in theaters. I don't know about the first one exactly when I saw it.
To be fair, I don't remember a time before Toy Story either, because I think I watched it on, I can't remember, I have no memories of watching it on video and stuff.
Right, but you did.
Yeah. But like, I know I saw the second one in theaters. Like, I remember seeing the second one in theaters. I remember that. Obviously, I remember seeing the third one in theaters. I was like 17, about to go away to college.
That's perfectly timed for you. I still felt it was perfectly timed for me because despite the fact I wasn't going off to college, and I still haven't, but it still, for me, it resonated well because I was past the age of where I'd grown out of my toys for long enough to enjoy the film. I was 12, so I don't know, 6 years ago I was probably still playing with my toys, maybe 7 or 8 years ago I was still playing with toys. And now I was like, that had been like 3 or 4 years ago, and that was in the past, but like it was a memorable past still. I still remembered it, and that's why I related to it, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just a genuinely good and relatable film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know for me, when it came to Toy Story, it wasn't, like, it was definitely a huge part of our lives. I think my 6th birthday party was Toy Story themed or something like that.
I like that a lot. I should have been invited.
Yeah.
I was alive for your 6th birthday. I was probably like 8 months old. I don't know.
Yeah, you were a newborn at my 6th birthday. But we had a Toy Story birthday party. I had Woody and Buzz. I loved the toys. I loved the movies. But really, I don't think I was completely hooked on Pixar until Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo were the ones that did it for me.
Those were the first ones I'd have seen at cinema. I saw Monsters, Inc. In 2000, but I was only 3 at the time. But I remember going. That's actually one of the first films I remember seeing in cinema. Like, that is a really good film. That's I would say my, like, other than Toy Stories, the Monsters films are the best.
Because you like Monsters University
I like
more
Monsters
than the average person.
I go back and forth on it. I've said before on this podcast that I prefer Monsters University. But every now and again I'll watch Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. I'll be like, Monsters Inc.'s actually better. Then every now and again I'll be like, oh no, Monsters University. I would almost put it at a tie, to be honest. Like, but yeah, I to be a, like, more reasonable for the general public, I would say I like Monsters Inc. more now, because I realize that's an unpopular opinion. And
well, I was super sold on Pixar until after The Incredibles.
Until Cars.
Well, so
I loved Cars.
Did you? I wasn't that into it. I never saw it in cinemas. I didn't see it.
I didn't see Cars in theaters either. I saw Toy Story, I don't remember when. I definitely saw Bug's Life in theaters. I definitely saw Toy Story 2 in theaters. I definitely saw Monsters, Inc. And I definitely saw Finding Nemo. And I'm pretty sure I saw The Incredibles in theaters. I know that we had the DVD, the day, because it was like, I was either super sick, I'd been sick for like a couple days, and my dad bought it for me like the day it came out on DVD. I remember because we had like the collector's edition or whatever. So I remember that about The Incredibles. But then I didn't see, because Cars was a couple years after that, and by that point I'd lost the plot on Pixar movies. I didn't see Cars in theaters. I didn't see Ratatouille in theaters. I didn't see WALL-E in theaters. I didn't see Up in theaters. I did see Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I saw Ratatouille.
And then I didn't see Cars 2 or Brave or Monsters University. And then I did see Inside Out.
I think to this day, I've never seen the end of Ratatouille.
Really? I like Ratatouille. Isn't it John Negroni's favorite Pixar film?
It's actually relatively widely accepted as, like, the most critically acclaimed one.
It is near the bottom of my list for Pixar movies.
I wouldn't, but I would say it isn't near the top of my list, but I would say that shows how good Pixar are, that a film like that, because, like, if DreamWorks made that film, that's maybe behind Shrek and Shrek 2 only. Did they make How to Train Your Dragon?
They did.
Oh, maybe, okay. It's still high up on a DreamWorks list. It'd be like top of Illumination, because what have they done other than Minions and Despicable Me?
Oh, God. Despicable Me, the first Despicable
the first
Me,
one's good, but
the first one is a
Ratatouille.
genuinely good film. So on Rotten Tomatoes, just to give a point of reference, there are 20 Pixar films. Ratatouille comes in at 10, ranked from best to worst.
I would agree with that, around the middle.
At 10 with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 96%.
Yeah, I thought it was 97.
Right, but then you have all the ones in the 70s, right? Like, there's a drop.
There's a huge drop.
There's a drop.
Incredibles 2 and Finding Dory are kind of filling the drop now, because they're getting low 90s, which was not heard of before. But now, like, they're like at the 94, 95 mark, right?
Yeah, so Incredibles 2 is 94, Finding Dory's 94, Bugs Life 92, and then the drop happens to Monsters U at 79. That's 15.
So I wasn't crazy with Monsters U. I have not seen Cars 3. I thought The Good Dinosaur was all right. I saw it on the way to America when I came in June. When I came in October, sorry. Ratatouille was all right.
So about a year ago.
Honestly, Cars was all right. So I'm pretty hit and miss on the Pixar movies, honestly. There's ones I really like, and there's ones I'm like, this is a movie. You made this. Good job.
Yeah.
I genuinely liked The Good Dinosaur.
I do. It's Pixar's, like, just not spoken about film.
Yeah, it's just because nobody saw it.
Yeah, it was completely swept under the rug. They were just like, they didn't bother really promoting it. It was the Solo of Pixar films.
They invited the Super Carlin brothers out to the studio to promote that movie.
Did they?
So they did. It did worse at the box office than Toy Story.
Yeah, I saw ads for that movie all the time. They promoted the heck out of it. It just nobody saw it. It came out like right at Thanksgiving.
What do you think of this info? I just looked this up. Screenwriter for The Good Dinosaur also wrote Inside Out and wrote Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Does that make you more optimistic or less optimistic for Captain Marvel?
I think Captain Marvel's going to be really good. It's going to be big purely just for the fact that it's going to be almost like Wonder Woman was for a female lead. It's the same with Black Panther, because, like, anything that's provides representation.
Yeah, it's
going
just literally
to do well.
it's gonna be Black Panther for women.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
straight up.
And that's what Wonder Woman did. Wonder Woman's been DC's best film since they set up the Justice League, right? Is that?
Yeah, by far.
Yeah. So I haven't actually seen it. I don't really watch DC films. I just lost interest after Batman.
But yeah, I mean,
Superman.
the same thing that happened with Black Panther is already happening with Wonder Woman, where people are on Twitter calling for like women-only screenings the first day. Like, you can't see it if you're a guy. Crap like that.
Yeah, you can see it if you're a guy. I get if they want to have a women's only screening, that's fine. I don't see a problem with that. I think if you're saying like don't go see it if you're a guy, that's just kind of stupid, isn't it? It's like
Right, are you trying to make money?
Well, no. Marvel's not saying that.
yeah, but if women are saying you can't go see it if you're a guy, it just seems stupid. That's just exactly against what equality is, isn't it? Like I don't know. I'm not someone who should really talking about it. I don't know enough,
But I will say, on the flip side, having a female lead doesn't guarantee success the way that it did with Wonder Woman. Like, Wonder Woman was good because it was a genuinely good movie that had a female lead. But, like, in the superhero realm, Suicide Squad was a genuinely bad movie that one of its leads was female, playing, like, one of the most famous characters in the history of comics.
Captain Marvel could be absolute garbage, and it is going to do better in the box office than Wonder Woman.
yeah, it's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah, it'll break $1 billion.
Just because it's the next one. Yeah. It could do 700 million first week, even if it's bad. Like first weekend, I don't know, because like people are going to see it. It's the follow up to Infinity War.
It's the follow up to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp took place before Infinity War.
That's the problem. Is it's not going to have anything to do with Infinity War, and people are going to be so mad.
Well,
I don't think anyone expects it to have anything to do with Infinity War. It's just,
I think that you are overestimating the general public for Marvel.
I thought it's clear it takes place before though, because Fury has.
It's clear to you. It's clear to you. It's clear to you.
It's clear to me.
I'm waiting for this sincere...
If they like throw a trailer that says before Infinity War, we had, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't particularly care for the first trailer for Captain Marvel, but I also
liked when she beat the woman.
I don't think it has anything to do with it. Like that trailer is going to be completely irrelevant.
I liked it. It did very well, the trailer as well, which I think how well the trailer does is always a good metric for how well the film's going to do.
See, I maintain this statement is they made a really good trailer for Captain Marvel. It was called Avengers Infinity War.
They did.
That was a good trailer. And
that was a really good trailer for Captain Marvel.
Well.
Yeah.
So it has to beat $821.8 million.
I think it'll beat that. I think it'll get $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll hit $1 billion. I don't see.
But Spider-Man didn't hit $1 billion, which surprised me.
No.
Yeah, but this
Spider-Man did surprisingly badly. I thought.
This is post Infinity War, and Spider-Man came out in like the middle of the year. It was weird.
Was it like just I don't know? Maybe they were seeing how well a July film would do.
Yeah.
Well, Spider-Man is also their safest hero. It also did $880 million. So I don't think they were particularly upset. Yeah.
Infinity War within the first... Infinity War. Avengers 4 within the first 30 days of the movie being out will be the most successful movie ever made.
It won't beat Avatar.
It absolutely will beat Avatar.
I don't think it will.
I
think it will beat
put
Titanic.
Money on it.
I think it will beat Titanic because if Avengers Infinity War did it catch The Force Awakens in the worldwide box office? We're talking the worldwide box office here, right? Because
yeah.
In the worldwide box office, I don't know if it caught The Force Awakens, and
it did not. It was shy
of
0.0131619.
Is it still out in cinemas in some places, or is it completely done now?
Infinity War, it's on digital.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't mean it's not out.
It might be in some countries in the world. Like,
oh, I don't know. I know Avatar is out of theaters, and that did 2.788.
Yeah, it's miles ahead. It's like 500 million ahead of the next one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see it catching Titanic, because Titanic's only like 100 million ahead, but Avatar, that was a phenomenon. And I don't even remember it that well, but I remember it was a phenomenon.
I do. It was amazing
it may
to
not,
be a film goer at that time.
Infinity War is not still in theaters.
No.
Box Office Mojo has it not highlighted, so it is not still in theaters.
But Avengers 4 will definitely do better than it.
It'll definitely do better. It'll beat... I did not realize how far ahead Avatar
Unless
was.
It's terrible.
It'll definitely beat... It doesn't matter.
No, because I thought that, and then The Last Jedi got hit, like, first week. It was like... I don't think The Last Jedi is a bad movie, but...
The Last Jedi made 1.3 billion. It got hit by
negative reviews, and its first weekend did not reflect what it did after that.
I just want to make it clear that the Last Jedi made 1.3 billion.
And less than Black Panther.
Worldwide. Yeah.
Which I do not think anyone saw coming. How much less than The Force Awakens?
Sorry, by $14 million. It lost to Black Panther by $14 million.
But it was like 700 million behind The Force Awakens, which I would say is
Yeah.
a loss and it affected Solo as well, I think.
But Force Awakens wasn't a part 1 of 2.
Yeah, okay.
Because you got to look at how much better Deathly Hallows Part 2 did than every other Harry Potter movie.
Force Awakens was part 1 of 3, though.
Right, but it wasn't like, it is its own movie.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, you can watch Force Awakens and never watch another Star Wars movie and you're fine.
Yeah, okay.
Let me tell you, if you just watch The Force Awakens every day for the rest of your life, you'll be fine.
Like,
that movie is awesome.
Infinity War.
I don't know how it gets hate in the sense it does. Like, people like say Disney's Star Wars is so bad, and I'm like, that is an orange juice and toothpaste that people complain about Disney Star Wars movies and say people say they're worse than the prequels, and I'm like, okay,
they're just not.
But
yeah.
like
you might not like
films,
Rose.
They are better. Like the prequels use like iMovie like transitions of like
yeah, they did that to try to make them look like the originals, and it would just ended up looking terrible.
Yeah.
Oh god,
they're CGI'd a lot.
Yeah.
You should do the iMovie transitions in your next video, Seamus.
I don't use iMovie anymore.
The wipes.
Yeah,
Although
the wipes.
they all do that. All the Star Wars movies do that.
Do they?
The transitions, they're just less noticeable in the Disney ones and the original ones because they're better movies.
Yeah.
But the cheesy wipe transitions is a Star Wars like thing. It's like the
You know
blue
what
text.
movie doesn't do that? Toy Story.
Toy Story. Anyway, to finish my point real quick before we jump back into Toy Story, Infinity War is Deathly Hallows Part 1 of the MCU. The second part will absolutely be way more successful. It may not be Avatar, but it'll definitely be Titanic. That's my prediction.
I think it'll beat Titanic. I agree with you. I think 2.4 billion.
Well, it only has to do like 1% better to beat Titanic. Not 1%, but like not much.
I know what you mean.
140 million bucks. When you're talking about 2.1 billion, that's not a lot.
What that's gonna do, Ethan, is that's gonna knock Furious 7 out of the number 7 spot.
Good.
It might get knocked out before then.
What a wild year, man. What a wild year. That year that the record was broken 4 times by like Age of Ultron, then Furious 7, then Jurassic World, then Star Wars.
Is that the domestic one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's worldwide gross.
That was like...
That was 2015.
Yeah, domestic.
Yeah, but it broke the domestic box offices like...
Yeah, I knew that.
4 times that year.
Force Awakens killed... But the Force Awakens and Infinity War were the most hype I remember in my like adult life of films, like just so much hype over a film because I was too young to really... I never even saw Avatar in cinemas, so...
Also, I hate the fact that Titanic is on that list because it was released twice in the same year.
Oh, was it?
That just pisses me off. Yeah.
Yeah, they can do that, can't they? Can they release a film again and then the box office just keeps counting up?
Right. Is like they put it back out at Christmas or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it made like another like 500 million.
Oh, maybe they should do that with like, I don't know.
The Force Awakens.
I wouldn't put it
Christmas.
past I wouldn't put it past Marvel to suddenly be like, hey, we're re-releasing Infinity War.
Nah, they'd need more advertising time. If they release an advert on like the 25th of October, like 2 months before Christmas, I would love that though, because they're not releasing a film this winter. They usually release a film in November, don't they?
Not usually.
Doctor
It's usually
Strange
May.
came out in November.
So did Thor Ragnarok, but it's not
Thor
an every year
Ragnarok.
thing.
Oh, I thought it was.
They only put
coming
one out in
every
November
year.
usually when they have a 3 movie year.
Okay.
But they released Ant-Man and the Wasp right on the heels of Infinity War this year. So the Ant-Man movies have been July movies. So that's kind of where that comes out.
Okay. Anyway, Toy Story.
Yeah, you can look at the trend. It's weird. But yeah, Toy Story. So Seamus, tell us about this movie. What do we need to know? What are the things that we don't know about Toy Story?
Everything about this movie is good,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think the animation, the soundtrack, which is, I think, something people don't talk about when it comes to this film enough. But
Randy Newman
like,
was an interesting choice, but I love it.
I love it. It's like everyone knows You've Got a Friend in Me. That's like the Toy Story song, but there are other good songs in this film as well. Like,
Are they all originals?
yeah, I think so. Strange Things, which is like, and it's weird because it's like they put the songs to the plot of the film.
Yeah.
Like, and they kind of like revolve around what's going on. And they don't really do that in the future films. They put one song in Toy Story 2, which I think is the best scene in Toy Story 2. When Somebody Loved Me, which is like Jesse's owner thing.
Oh my god, that scene kills me.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Randy Newman wrote all the songs for the movie, wrote all his original songs for the movie. He wrote You've Got a Friend in Me in like 4 hours. Like wrote and recorded it.
Wow.
And was just like, yep, cool.
I
got
don't
it.
get why musicians brag about writing songs quickly. Like, because it's like, if you're really proud of something, don't you want people to think you spent a lot of time at it? Like, what does it achieve saying, I wrote that in 4 hours? Like, if I made a video I'm really proud of and someone says, oh, you have no life, I'm not going to comment back like, oh, I did did this in 4 hours. I'm going to be
No,
like,
no, no.
yeah,
It's
I don't
like-
have a life. I spent 4 whole days making this video. Like,
The point is to be like, I am so talented that I was able to crank out this banger of a song really
see,
quickly.
I still think if I was a musician, I would never brag about getting something done quickly. I'd be like, I want to get it right and get it done. I get why. I get kind
That's
of
the thing.
sense,
It's like
but
it was
yeah.
clearly he got it right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like if you
Yeah, he
record
did.
something, if you're able to record something in one take, you're going to be like, yeah, I got that in one take.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same deal with that. It's like, I got this done.
But he's become like a Pixar like everywhere now, Randy Newman.
Randy
Like,
Newman?
Yeah.
So he had like a career, like a music career
Yeah.
before this. That's
And
what,
now he's like Pixar's man.
right. To me, he was like,
And Michael
because,
Giacchino as well.
yeah, he's listed as like active since 1961. And it's like, I remember my parents talking about that, like, oh, wow, they got Randy Newman for that. And he's like, he was a person. And to me, he's the guy that sings, You Got a
I
Friend
would
in
say
Me.
You got
I would say
a
there are
friend
only
in me.
2 soundtracks, maybe only one. Coco's definitely got a better soundtrack than Toy Story, but it's a musical. Like I don't think you could.
Coco.
Maybe Cars has a better soundtrack than Toy Story. Cars has a very good soundtrack.
Yeah, Coco, you got to,
So does The Incredibles.
The Incredible.
that's a
I would
score.
say I don't know if it's better than Toy Story.
that's not a soundtrack.
Yeah. The second one's got little theme songs for everybody.
It's still not
Oh,
a
yeah.
soundtrack.
Hmm.
They get annoying once you listen to them too many times.
Mr. Incredible. Pow, pow, pow.
Like most
What?
of the
I don't
most of
like
the Pixar movies are just scored.
Right.
Like Michael G.
One thing, you made an interesting note while we were watching it, that the scene where Buzz and Woody confront each other for the first time,
Is
there
dead
is no
silent.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah,
I must
yeah.
have seen that scene like 100 times.
When they're
but
yelling at each other on the bed right before Buzz jumps off and does the thing with the Hot Wheel.
I love
Balling with style.
Right.
That is
Before
so,
that,
oh.
it is dead silent. It's just them talking to each other, which is so wild for an animated movie.
Is it?
Yeah, because like animated movies are always, at least before this, were usually scored straight through. Like every second has music in it.
That's bold.
Yeah,
But I love
and
that.
so it's just-
that's
it's
one of
just
my
dead
favorite
silent.
things. That line at the end. And again, that is another bit of plot convenience. How does Buzz fly at the end? Like, but it is.
Oh, yeah. Those wings shouldn't fly.
But that line, this isn't flying. This is just falling with style. Like, I love that. Like every time I watch that, I'm like, oh, he just said that.
He's doing the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of great lines in this movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tough
There are a lot
lines.
of
I mean,
Star Wars references. There are like 4, I think, in this film.
Yeah.
Because Buzz is like, the evil Emperor Zurg is building he references the Death Star. You know, Zurg used to be my favorite character when I was like 4 or 5.
oh, Zurg was such a great.
And I had like Zurg toys.
Like-
I still have my Zurg toy. And I
You mean, it's just Darth Vader. You know that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But I loved
Okay.
it. I saw Toy Story before I saw Star Wars because I don't think I watched
Okay.
so I wasn't watching Star Wars when
But
I was
like
like 4 or 5.
giving Buzz, with everything else going on in Toy Story 2, giving Buzz a villain and still managing to make it work
But it
is
was
incredible.
referenced in the first one as well.
Oh, for sure,
And
but, like,
they
to
gave
make him
the
a
villain.
character.
Everything about Toy Story 2 is kind of referenced. It was like Al was in the original
Yeah,
Toy Story.
Al was in it.
Zurg comes in, and the fact he wasn't in Toy Story 3, and if he isn't in Toy Story 4, I will riot, because he's in Toy Story 3 in the credits when they have the
Hey, you
new
might want to
toys
say that
thing.
like directly to, Pixar, because
You might want to
you
add
burned a book last time. Like,
I'm not gonna do that again.
they're gonna fear an actual riot.
You and Brad Birds are like friends now, so you have the
Yeah,
connection to
we are.
Pixar.
He
you can
never
hit up
followed
Brad
me.
and be like, "Hey, Brad, put me in touch with Tim Allen."
I should have had. I had 2 questions to ask Brad Bird when I met him. I should have just made one of them. Can you follow me and invite me into a future Pixar film? But I probably got told off by the producers in the background, like, who are just staring you down. That's the unheard secrets of those videos when you've got like a YouTuber filming with like a big like celebrity from the like Hollywood, is that there are just thousands of people, like, well, not 5-10 people staring you down with cameras and lights and like with like pure like, you cannot spoil this film, you cannot like, and they're just like, oh yeah. But yeah, no, I would
You're
love
telling me
Zurg. I would
there's
love
more than
Zurg
meets
to be
the
in
eye?
this film, and I would love in Toy Story 4, and I'd love Zurg to have an important part, and I just loved his character. I don't know, everything about it, because I saw the Toy Story 2, I Am Your Father, before I saw Empire Strikes Back. So
Get out of town. No, you
yeah, because
didn't.
I was like 4 when I watched it. I wasn't watching Star Wars when I was 4. I was too young to be. Oh, probably not, but I don't know. I didn't watch Star Wars when I was 4. I probably watched when I was like 6, 7, or 8. I don't know. But the Empire Strikes Back thing was completely spoiled for me from the first place, and I think I watched the prequels first with Star Wars as well. So that whole I Am Your Father thing was completely ruined. But I love that.
Yeah. Wait, what? What was ruined?
I Am Your Father.
Gotcha.
Because of Toy Story 2?
And because of the prequels that I watched first.
What?
I watched the prequels first because I didn't know there was a way to watch it. I was just like, let's watch it 1 through 6. Like, if you're a kid watching them, like, that's you watch the first one first. I don't know. I didn't. That was before there was a YouTube and you could look up a video by Super Carlin Brothers saying the Star Wars machete order. Like,
those are the days, man. Back in the old days.
Yeah, the dark ages before YouTube.
Really, the dark age.
So,
do you remember a time before YouTube, Seamus?
I do. I remember when YouTube was purely viral videos.
Yeah. I mean, when do you remember the evolution of dance?
I remember the end of my like primary school. There was this thing where like everyone just like went on YouTube, like searched up a viral video, like Potter Puppet Pals. That was like a big one that everyone like looked up and watched, or like Banana Phone and stuff like that, and people just used to look them up, and that's what YouTube was used for. They're like, look at this funny video, and that was probably my first introduction to YouTube, was just those viral videos were on YouTube. You know what YouTube was. I probably do remember a time. I mean, memories before YouTube. I don't remember it as being a time before YouTube because, well,
Ty, you got to think about it. When Brotherhood 2.0 started, Seamus had not even turned 9 yet.
Yikes.
You guys act like you're so much older than me. I'm only 5 years younger. Like,
yeah, but that's a big 5 years when it comes to like development of the internet.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I remember
I never had a MySpace account.
We did.
Yeah, we had MySpace.
I think I was 1 year off having a MySpace account.
Yeah, like I remember if you wanted to pull up videos or viral videos, you were going all over the place. There was no like meeting ground for videos.
I remember Facebook was the first social media I signed up for. Like, that was the big thing. When I turned like 13, everyone had Facebook. But I think I got Facebook when I was like 10, and it was just the big thing everyone had. And then kind of like I got Instagram and Twitter. I don't use Facebook anymore. I just every time I go on Facebook, I just get friend requests from people I don't know. I've set the privacy up and everything, but I still get message requests on my private account, and it's just like I don't know, like it's like you can't really have a private account, and I don't use it. I only use it for Messenger, and I don't really message anyone on there anyway. So
well, like we have fans that'll be like, yeah, I got my Instagram name is weird because I started my Instagram account when I was like 8, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I started Instagram late. I didn't get it till 2015.
Yeah, like we have plenty of people that got Instagram when they're like 8 years old in like 2012.
Yeah, I remember when Instagram was like up and coming as a thing. I remember thinking it wasn't going to be a success, and I was like, I'm not going to get an Instagram account. That'll be gone soon.
Oh, I had Instagram for I've had Instagram for a long time.
I'm surprised. I mean, like, I'll be honest. When it comes to Instagram, I don't think it's I have a hard time realizing it's as big as it is.
It's huge, but the thing is, I don't use it that much, but all my friends do. Basically, Instagram for me is your friends' pictures and then memes. I don't know how many meme accounts you follow on Instagram, but literally that's like all I follow on Instagram, and all meme accounts are on Instagram are screenshots of tweets. Yeah. I don't know if this is a thing that you're familiar with. But all my friends follow these meme accounts on Instagram and don't have Twitter. So it's just
this is the same thing though, because I used to use Imgur, right? And that would just be, it would give you the best of like Reddit and the best of Tumblr and the best of Twitter and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't have to go searching through all the crap that's on all those networks, especially Tumblr. It's like, I just have a thing that showed me, here's 105 hilarious Tumblr posts. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Is Tumblr still around? Do people still use Tumblr?
Oh yeah.
It's very
Tumblr.
It's
Tumblr will be there.
Teens, though.
Like,
it's like
Facebook can die, Twitter can die, Instagram can die, and they're standing among the wreckage of all the lost social medias that have been replaced. Vine, all of them, over and over again. There will be Tumblr standing there by itself in the ruins, in the smoking mess, going, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Tumblr will be at war with 4chan. That's gonna be the.
You want some fanfic, guys?
I do. Vine is
Here's
the
some
craziest
boobs.
thing that can happen.
Boobs.
Vine.
That's Tumblr for you.
Vine is the craziest thing that's I think happened on social media. Like, I've never seen, like, they literally just deleted it.
Yeah, the fact that Vine just died is such a Vine thing.
Why did they delete it though? Like, what were they losing
Logan Paul,
from
man.
it? Was it so he could blow up on YouTube?
No, the creators hated what it had become, so they got rid of it.
Wow.
I don't blame him. Logan Paul's the worst.
Yeah, I'm glad KSI got to punch him in the face multiple times.
I wish KSI had won that fight.
Yes, I think he deserved to as well. Like, it was
like
close.
it's all rigged. You know that,
Isn't,
right? Like,
but, there's no way they could have faked that. I watched it. I had a full-on watch party for that fight, and there is no way that you couldn't just beat someone like that and like fully
KSI
force out
absolutely.
a
The fact that it was
like,
scored a draw at the end is ridiculous. KSI absolutely won that fight.
I think if it was rigged, it was the judges, but I don't think anyone who actually watched the fight said it was rigged. I think the people who are saying it's rigged are people who didn't watch it and think it was rigged. But I think the fact it was a draw has caused it to the rematch to be less spoken about. People are going to be less excited for it because.
Wait, there's a rematch?
Oh yeah, they said
Oh,
but
KSI is absolutely going to win.
I don't know if he will.
He absolutely will win.
But KSI, I've met KSI.
That dude's a better fighter. I'll tell you that from watching the match.
But it's the fact.
Logan was like a national Ohio State wrestler.
And KSI
that's what he was.
Yeah, but Logan's not going to take it seriously.
When I met KSI, this was, I don't know if you knew KSI before this fight.
I did not.
No.
I had no idea
who
he was.
The biggest celebrity in the UK, and that isn't even exaggerating. That's how big YouTube is in UK. Like, you wouldn't meet a kid that didn't know KSI. I've known him since I was like 11, and so like I grew up with him. I would have said I would have watched more KSI videos than TV shows when I was from like 11 to 14. But I met him back when I was like 2 years ago, and he was like on a break from YouTube then to release a new song, but he was fat, like not even gonna like try and hide anything. And then he trained for that first fight, and now he is.
Yeah, if there's a rematch, like. Logan Paul is currently doing whatever Logan Paul does all day, and KSI is in the gym right now. I can guarantee you, because that dude has everything to gain from beating the living crap out of Logan Paul.
The guy works like the guy's succeeded in everything he does KSI as well. But yeah, I would genuinely say in the UK, I don't think there's a bigger like celebrity than him in the UK.
That's wild.
Like everyone knows who he is. He couldn't go anywhere without getting swarmed by people because his audience is UK based, like most.
Oh yeah,
so
I have no idea who that guy
is.
is.
60% of the UK is his audience. 60% of his audience is the UK, and he's got 20 million subscribers. That is like 12 million subscribers purely in the UK. That's like nearly a fifth
That's
of the
like
population.
a third of the population. Yeah.
So, like.
I was like, it's amazing how much the YouTube community is blowing up and the creators are blowing up. I was watching a video yesterday that Gary Vee put out he was in New York at a bar with Sam Darnold, who is this amazing new American football player for the New York Jets. And he was saying more people were coming up to take selfies with him than with Sam Darnold because they were like, you're Gary Vaynerchuk, you're the real deal, you're the guy. And it was like, are you kidding me? This guy is like, he is the real deal. He is the guy, but he's not a professional athlete.
Yeah.
No, but he's a professional moneymaker.
He is a professional
Apparently that's
moneymaker.
the thing with Casey Neistat. He was a friend with a guy off like a TV show, but when he hung out with Casey Neistat, this guy off the TV show, more people recognized Casey Neistat than him.
Well, it'd be the same way with
the TV show.
It'd be the same way with Mark Cuban. Like if Mark Cuban went out with a member of the Mavericks that he owns, it'd be like people would take pictures of Mark Cuban. People would be asking basketball players to take pictures with Mark Cuban.
The same thing happened when Casey put out a video with Will Smith of all people. Is like they came out of 368, which they did,
Will
and
Smith
obviously
made a video of Liza Koshy that I saw because I'm subscribed to it. I didn't know who they had made a video together.
Yeah, they made one
I
not
need
too
to
long
watch
ago,
that.
and Will leaves 368, and there's like a crowd of people asking Will Smith to take a picture of them and Casey Neistat.
Well, I mean that's just a generational thing.
That is a generational thing. It's also like if you go to 368, you're there to see Casey
That and
Neistat.
Will Smith.
You're not there to
Will
see
Smith hasn't done anything in years.
He's the genie.
The thing is with
That isn't out yet.
the thing is with my generation is that a lot of people my age, like a little bit older, a little bit younger, kind of like that just before they're unaccepting of YouTube and like that sort of social media entertainment. I think years under mine, basically everyone watches YouTube as their prime sources of entertainment and less TV. I think it's just from my age upwards almost that there are some people that have no interest in YouTube and never watch that. But generations gone down, that is the main source of entertainment.
Yes.
And yeah.
Very true.
But I think it's weird for someone not to know who Will Smith is. I feel like that's...
Yeah, I feel like everybody
didn't watch,
knows who Will Smith is.
I've never seen that show he was on. What is it called?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, it was before my time. But I know who he is. I've seen him in Men in Black. You just know who he is. Like
Will Smith has made has starred in less than one movie a year since Hitch in 2005.
I believe that.
He's got 3.6 million subscribers on YouTube. So like,
I'm just saying, I understand that like there's a whole generation of kids who probably don't really care or know who Will Smith is.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, he was Deadshot. Nobody likes Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah,
Men
he's in-
in
I
Black
know.
3 was 6 years ago.
It was that recent?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And then before that, he hadn't made a movie for 4 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He made a movie in 2000. He made 2 movies in 2008, and then Men in Black 3 in 2012.
What are
And
your
then
thoughts on the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy directing Suicide Squad 2?
Oh, it's a movie about villains. I think it's perfect.
I think it is perfect, and that's the first DC movie in a long time I've been like, I might actually go see that because
I'll
James
see
Gunn's
Aquaman.
directing it.
They had that oneer in the preview for Aquaman that was like 80 seconds of a consecutive shot, and it was an action shot, and I was like, this is a very cool thing.
We'll see about Suicide Squad 2. I'm pretty sure James Gunn has straight up told us that he can't make a sequel. So
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be terrible.
that's going to be absolutely awful. I'm betting under 20%.
Oh
Rotten
no,
Tomatoes
I think
score.
it's going to be great. I think James Gunn's a good director.
Did you
look
see
what he did
Guardians
with
2?
No, I've seen Guardians 2, but it isn't bad. It just isn't that good. But like, he can start from scratch really with it, can't he? And is he going to have
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker or Jared Leto? Like, are there 2 Jokers or?
Jared Leto, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is
can't
like
pronounce names.
a Joker movie.
Okay, so but
It's like
there are 2 Jokers.
it's an
then?
offshoot.
Or they're just different universes, or?
I think it's different universes. It's like Spider-Man, where there's Tom Holland and there's the dude from New Girl
I see.
doing animated Spider-Man.
I see.
I'm pretty sure Joker is supposed to be a Joker prequel, which is not cool, but
Yeah, Joaquin.
I thought he was.
Joaquin.
I thought he was the guy from Modern Family when I first saw it. What's his name?
I could definitely see that.
Mr.
Ty Burrell.
Dumphy. Yeah.
Ty Burrell. Yeah, but like, so it's supposed to be a Joker prequel, like an origin story, and that's the whole thing behind the Joker is there isn't an origin story. It's like,
There have been a few origin stories of like a guy that falls in a chemical plant, but most people who subscribe to the Heath Ledger Joker story being the like definitive perfect Joker story would say that the origin story doesn't matter.
yeah, well, that's the whole thing is even in Jack Nicholson's when he falls into the thing, he was already like a huge deal crime boss.
Right.
I don't know.
And then he makes people
We'll see.
smile.
And he has like a name in Joker.
I feel like, is this the least you've ever spoken about a film in a podcast about a
No.
specific film?
No, not at all.
No, you should listen to the episode that's coming out tomorrow. I don't think we said anything about Transformers.
Well,
It was bad.
I read a review about Toy Story 3 that said Transformers Dark World was better than it. So
Yikes with
that's the one you
spaces.
that is the one you should read. It's by I can't remember his name, but I can find that out for you very quickly.
Yeah, just send it to me before we review that one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I will do. But on the topic of Toy Story,
Yeah, so what should we know about this movie? What is important about this movie? What are some fun facts? Because I know you know everything about this movie.
there's so much to say. What I say that improves in Toy Story 2 is that the relationship between Buzz and Woody. I think it really evolves in this film. How often do you see a film that this is like Black Panther style film where not only is there's some villain trying to stop someone from achieving something because they're just evil. Like in Black Panther, for example, you've got Michael B. Jordan's character. I've forgotten his name. Killmonger. That's the one. And he believes that the resources of vibranium should be given out to the world, right? And Black Panther doesn't believe he should do that. But in the end, Black Panther kind of realizes he was right, just going about it in the wrong way, right? And it's like it's a coming of age story for Black Panther, and this villain kind of just helps him come of age in a way, right? And that's why I think it's a well-told story. In Toy Story, Woody gets very jealous about how Buzz becomes the new favorite toy, and he doesn't and he tries to get rid of him at the start of the film, but eventually, by going to Sid's house, realizes that it doesn't matter who Andy's favorite toy is. All that matters is that Andy still plays with him, Andy still loves him as a toy, and that he gets to be with Andy, and that's all that matters to him. So he comes to terms with Buzz being there, grows as a character, and then when at the end of the film, Andy gets a puppy, and Woody doesn't really care. Like, for him, that's like, well, yeah, if Andy's gonna get new things, Andy's gonna grow out of me one day, but all that matters is right now I'm living my best life. And that's kind of the message I took from it. Woody's has a very, very good character arc, a rare good character arc of a main character in a film where they almost seem like a villain at some points, but they
it definitely does.
but
Yeah, I
they
agree with that.
kind of come of age. They learn in the film, and that's
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I was shocked watching it this time, like how mean Woody is.
yeah, fully.
Because in the past, I was always like, oh, poor Woody. He's the left out toy
you
now.
sympathize empathize with him because he's the main character. But
and
if he
this time
wasn't the
watching
main character, if let's say Buzz was the main character, the story took off from Buzz being bought in a shop, wrapped up, and given to Andy, and then this douchey guy, sheriff toy, comes along and starts being mean, you'd see it from a completely different perspective.
Right, because Buzz is absolutely just like, he gets off the ship and is just like, oh, local law enforcement, excellent, exactly what I needed, thank you, sir. And Woody's just like, wow, screw you, man.
Yeah, but
How
you can
dare
see why
you.
he gets frustrated about Buzz not realizing he's a toy. And Buzz also comes of age in the film. Another good character arc. Thinks he's this real space ranger, realizes he's just a toy, depressed that he's just a toy, but then realizes that it's not all that bad and being a toy is actually all right. And he even gets to fly at the end.
Have you ever read the IMDb trivia for this movie?
No.
Some of these things are hilarious.
I probably have, but I...
Apparently, Billy Crystal was supposed to play Buzz Lightyear, but he turned it down. Like,
Yeah,
Billy
I knew
Crystal
that.
plays
I knew
Mike
that.
Wazowski. I did not know that.
He said it was the biggest regret of his career, turning down Buzz Lightyear.
And that's why he got the job for Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, I knew that.
Apparently, John Lasseter heard that he said it was the biggest regret of his career, just called him up and offered him a new role in a movie, and he didn't even ask what it was, just said yes.
Perfect for Mike Wazowski.
Oh, yeah, he would have been a terrible Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. Well,
They
we
also
can
wanted-
only say that in hindsight, though, can't we?
Oh, always, yeah.
But no, I agree. He is perfect for Mike Wazowski. Also, one thing I find really funny, the guy who plays Rex. I don't know if you've seen the show Young Sheldon, which is like a
That's on E4, right?
E4. Is that a show is that the channel in America?
No, that's a channel where you
Yeah,
are, right?
how did you know that though? That's why I was so confused.
Oh, because they post previews for Big Bang Theory on Facebook, and they end up in my feed with like Graham Norton clips and stuff.
Oh, well, I watched Young Sheldon. I don't know why. I'm more pro the Big Bang Theory than most of the internet because it's quite hated apparently.
As it should be.
Do you not like it at all?
No.
I don't mind it. I find it quite funny. But he's in it. The guy who plays Rex, and I just could not picture him as Rex. The guy, I just find his voice hilarious, and he looks nothing like what I thought Rex's voice actor would look like. I don't know if you've ever seen
Nothing like a dinosaur.
Rex's voice actor, but it is. I loved it. I don't know if you get that with voice, and I thought of that because of Billy Crystal. He's in When Harry Met Sally, isn't he? And
Yes.
that's all I can picture. When I know someone as a voice actor and then watch a film they're in as an actual actor afterwards, I can only picture them as.
I mean,
their voice actor.
by the time I was thinking about who actors were, like I knew who Wallace Shawn was because of The Princess Bride.
Yeah, same.
So like I started hearing him as Rex's voice, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly who that is.
Oh, I see.
Because he's the. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh,
That's
you should
why
watch that
I'm
movie.
not.
You should watch that movie. He's
So
a
that would
very
be a
memorable
one on the
character
binary.
in Princess Bride. Yeah.
That is absolutely a
Yeah.
one on the binary, yeah. It's
Yeah.
currently ranked, at least by one of the people on that episode, as the #1 most quotable movie of all time.
Oh yeah, and he's absolutely got a point
I would
there.
say Toy Story is very I quote a lot in actual life, and Wreck-It Ralph I quote a lot in actual life. Those would be the Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Wreck-It Ralph, and maybe Monsters Inc. are the movies I'd say I'd quote most in actual life.
You put that thing back where it came
Oh.
from, or so help me.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest movie quotes of all time.
Yeah.
I like to take, because I have a lot of pop figures, well I have 4 of them, but I take them out of the box because they're toys. And so
You'd
every
like
now and
ruin
then
most
I like
people's-
to look at them in the eyes, in their big scary eyes, and remind them that they are toys. And
You
I will
are
I will yell at
That's
them
quite
in the
true.
Woody voice.
That's a great moment in the film. It is, yeah. But Buzz is that's why I think Buzz is a well-written character, because he really doesn't clock what he means. Like they really put someone into the shoes of someone who can really not understand what a toy is.
Right.
And
Do you what do you think of the scene where Buzz is watching the Buzz Lightyear commercial?
I love it. I think it's one of the best scenes. Is there like anything in?
Oh, I was just curious. I just wanted to know your
No,
thought.
I love that scene. I think it's
Oh,
really
it's
good.
so sad though. Like,
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
it's
he
a great
tries to-
scene.
and then he tries to fly. I remember,
Right.
I don't know if this was the first time I watched it, but I have a memory of thinking when he jumped off, he's like, oh, he's definitely going to be able to fly this time. Nothing to worry about. He's going to fly and it's all going to be fine. That I remember, that might have been the first time I watched it. I thought that, but it seems weird to remember a memory of a thought I had back when I was 2 or 3. I don't know, but I remember thinking at some point when I first watched it, he's gonna survive this time. Maybe my mom told me, I said to her, he's gonna survive this time, it's gonna be fine, when I first watched it. But I remember thinking that when I first watched it.
It
and
was
then he
not
fell and I was
fine.
like, I feel like you could have just got a physical face drop from me. I was like, he's gonna survive, it's gonna be fine. And it just didn't survive, and I was like, oh.
Oh no.
Like
gonna
I
lose an arm.
genuinely thought he was gonna fly as a kid, because like you don't realize that he can't. I didn't realize you. I don't know.
Or that he's made of plastic.
I thought it's magic.
Right.
But
what was I gonna say?
So Seamus, the color of your walls in your set, is that intentional?
Yeah, but I did a video. Okay, when would this have been? Because I moved room at one point, and I don't know why. To be honest, it's gone to basically. This was before I got my lights. I have these lights in my studio lights. Before I had them, I just filmed with natural lighting in my room, like any YouTuber before they had lights did. And the problem with that, oh no, actually I do know why. It wasn't the lighting. The room's windows are slanted in there, and the lighting wasn't very good. But that wasn't why. The reason why was because of rain. I recorded all fine over summer, because of this, but when it got to like autumn, winter time, the rain patters down on slanted windows, and it's all the microphones would pick up. I just hear it in the background at all times. And so I was like, okay, I can't stay in this room with slanted windows. So October 2016, I moved into this room, and the walls were actually originally red. I think there might still be the video of it is live. I'm not sure. There's a video where I said, like, in that video, like, what color should I paint it? And someone said, the blue Toy Story clouds color.
Okay, that's what we were getting at. I was like,
yeah, and
but like, that was back around to the question I asked.
And that was like in like 2016. I'd made like one Pixar video, and someone was like, that color really represents you, and it was kind of like, oh, nice. And then they wanted me to do it with the clouds, but I'm no artist, and
I mean, you're an artist just for different reasons.
Sure that you can get
you could
wallpaper.
The thing is, I've covered a lot of the wall now. So no, the wallpaper I looked. That's why I tried to get the wallpaper. And you might be able to get in America. You couldn't get it here, so I just got light blue paint, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So by the time I met you, you had already done the walls that color. So that is part of the reason why I think about Seamus and Toy Story, even without knowing you.
And now I like Toy Story written on a block on the wall. So
do you really?
Yeah, like I can show you, but in my videos, there's a little like speed bubble thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it says I like Toy Story on it.
That was fan mail, right?
Yeah, I got it in fan mail, and I wrote I like Toy Story on a permanent marker. It was a good time.
Permanent marker?
I had no takesies backsies.
Right. Better hope Toy Story 4 doesn't suck.
But I made that statement. Even if Toy Story 4 sucks, it's not going to take away from how good Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3 is. We could just treat it like we treat something I won't talk about, and we just all pretend it doesn't exist. That something I won't exist is Harry Potter 8.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I know what you're getting at.
We just all pretend it doesn't exist.
Anything. I was just looking at quotes from Wreck-It Ralph, and the Surge Protector says anything to declare. Ralph says, I hate you.
No, my favorite quote from Wreck-It Ralph, and I quote this all the time. Anytime someone says something complimentary to me, I say, flattery, don't charge these batteries, civilian. I say it all the time, and I have absolutely no idea why.
Man, you must be really fun at parties.
Like, literally, I'm like, I don't know why I quote it, but that line just resonated with me. I just found it funny, and I was like,
That's so funny.
Like, it's something I should start saying in videos, Like, any phrase I say, I should start saying in videos. They just turn it into merch. They don't have a copyright over
that's
that
the
code.
idea. People want to buy Yikes
a lot,
merch
Tyler.
from us. I got it from Ethan.
Yeah, you got it from my band, my other
Yikes.
brand.
Does your band have a song called Yikes?
Very nearly.
Oh,
the song that we were gonna put out that we're now not putting out, because it turned out terrible. Not our fault.
Producer's fault.
Long story. It was gonna be called Yikes with spaces, like capital Y space, capital I space, capital K space, capital E space, capital S space.
Yeah. Does the S space need to be after the S? Is that necessary?
No. No.
But I mean, you want Yikes merch, I'll get you Yikes merch.
That is a me thing. Yeah, I just started saying it in the band group chat one day, and then it caught on. Then it became Yikes of Spaces, and then it became a lot of things. And now people, they want Yikes of Spaces merch.
I think I want Yikes in Spaces merch.
We can do that. I can make that happen.
I can make that
happen
right now. If I was to get
now.
Bacon and Eggs merch, it would be a Yikes t-shirt.
I can make that happen within the next 20 minutes.
Okay.
Seamus, you say that, but we've made a lot of merch, and you haven't bought any of it. So
you only think that. Have you tracked all the order names and do you have lots of Seamus Gorman merch back at your
Seamus, if we buy you a t-shirt, will you wear it in a video?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 100%. If you bought and sent me a t-shirt, I would 100% wear it in a video, yeah. But then again, it's getting past t-shirt weather for me to be casually wearing a t-shirt out and about, so you'd have to wear
jumper.
You'd have to buy me a jumper.
So if we got you a
hoodie,
jumper.
yeah.
A jumper.
A sweater.
A sweater.
A sweater
I was having
doesn't
this
sound right
discussion
coming from
because
you.
we have a patron who's very lovely from Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
And I think I broke her a little bit because I was asking her if she was one of the British people that says all of her T's or none of her T's. And she was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, how do you say
Did
the
she say
name?
what you mean or what do you mean?
Exactly. I was like, how do you say the name
What you mean?
of the band that's from Liverpool? And she was like, oh, the Beatles. I was like, yes, that.
The Beatles. I love them.
You say Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
So, like, that T is really pronounced.
The Beatles.
That's how all of
No, I
Seamus's
pronounce
T's
my
are.
T's. Tyler Carlin.
Yeah.
Ethan. Oh, wait, that's kind of not really a hard T. but-
TH is
Yeah, but
different.
that's Ethan.
Ethan.
Your
Mine's
THs
an
are
F. No,
Fs.
mine's just
Yeah.
an F.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
Toy Story free. It's free, man.
But you do the T's, especially in the middle of words and the end of words.
Yeah.
Whereas lots of people from your country just ignore them entirely.
Yeah.
Just pretend they don't exist.
I think it's the further north you are. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That could just be a completely unnecessary lie.
I don't know, like,
No, because people from Manchester
don't-
say Manchester.
Oh yeah.
I
Do
think
Manchester people consider themselves northern?
lots of planets have a north.
Liverpudlians consider themselves northern.
Yeah, I would consider. I consider anything north of London northern, though. I'd like consider Birmingham northern. They'd get very offended.
I
if
wouldn't
said
say
that.
that to somebody
hold on.
from
I got one.
Birmingham.
I got one. So, what do you call people from London?
Londoners. I don't know.
Londoners. Okay. So then, what do you call people from Liverpool?
Scousers.
Jack.
Am I missing something?
I don't know. I thought it was a funny joke. Is that not a funny joke?
Well, I don't get.
Are they not like rude people?
I don't know.
Thought it was a funny thing.
People from Liverpool, the Scousers. They're like Scouse.
Yeah.
What is scouse?
I don't actually know. It's just what we call them. It's like if
It's
you're a
a
Liverpool
food.
fan, you're a Scouser.
It's a food, from what I can tell. And it is the name of their accent.
Yes, we have.
But like people
here.
from Manchester are Mancunians.
Yeah.
And
And then if
anyway.
you're from Birmingham, you have a Brummie.
Oh, well, I have family in Birmingham. I didn't know that.
I've heard people say that before. You have a Brummie accent. I don't know. But you use your T's. You use the letter T.
I speak with my teas. I like a good tea.
Do you drink your teas?
Yeah, I don't drink tea that much because I don't make it for myself that much. I actually prefer coffee. I wanted to get some Carlin Brothers coffee, but shipping's like $52 to the UK.
What?
And I was like,
I mean, you know, whatever.
like no, I'm not sure if shipping was 52. It was like $52 in total to get a $16 bag of coffee, and I was like, even Ben was like, shipping is what it is. So like, I think.
Do you want me to get you a bag and mail it to you?
It would probably be cheaper.
It would definitely be cheaper.
No, I'll get some next time I come to America, which I don't know when that will be. I'll come over for Toy Story 4 definitely. So, if that's a thing that's happening.
I mean, we can make
Yeah.
that. We can just organize a Seamus Gorman meetup
Yeah.
in whatever
Yeah.
city you want, and then
Yeah, and then people will come. We go anywhere.
yeah, like
I didn't even think of that. I have a
How
big
much does a
audience
bag
in
of coffee
America.
weigh? A pound?
bag of coffee is probably like 2.
And I have to lie
pounds.
to the customs agents about bringing anything from the country. Now, then again, I brought like cookies from my last trip, so I don't think it's a problem.
You can bring a bag of coffee. I don't think they're gonna be too upset
Yeah,
about
I don't think they will. Yeah, I'm sure Ben and Jay would. They probably would. They give me a free bag, or would I have to pay for a bag? I don't really mind. I like.
it. We had to pay for
Did
bags.
you?
So,
Oh, never mind. Oh,
Holy
yes.
on a sandwich.
is this going to
Two-
be an explicit episode, or you just
No.
gonna bleep all that out?
No, I always bleep it out.
Oh,
but
okay.
Shipping 2 pounds of anything from the U.S., Virginia, to the U.K. would be $37.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. That's why.
I know this was a problem when I did my PO box thing. All these Americans wanted me to do a PO box because they wanted to send me stuff. I did the PO box. And they were like, "Yeah, it's going to cost $100 to send you anything. My parents aren't going to let me send you anything." And I
Well, you
was
can
like,
have
"Oh,
your stuff sent to our P.O. box, and you can just come get it.
Well, no, it doesn't. Yeah, because it doesn't cost much to send stuff to America. Like I sent Jonathan, well, for Luke, the Chamber of Secrets 20th edition Gryffindor themed, and that was like £3, which is like $5.
What I don't understand, and this is what is dumb, is that like I can't use Amazon.co.uk.
Oh,
like,
I can use Amazon.com.
I can't just drop ship you something from Amazon.
Oh, that's really annoying. I
You're
didn't know
right.
that was a thing.
Because
I
like you
can use
have Amazon
Amazon.com.
warehouses in the UK
Yeah.
where I can get you stuff sent if I wanted to buy you something, but I can't do that.
You just have to say to me, and then
Right.
I
Give
could
you-
get it myself, and then
give you my
PayPal me
credit
money
card
or
information.
something. I don't know. It default's still there, right?
Right.
Sort of,
Yeah.
but not really.
Like,
No,
I can't
Amazon's
use
great. Amazon's
I can't
like-
use BBC iPlayer.
Oh, that's good. Do you watch stuff on BBC iPlayer? The only thing I'd watch there on there is like an international football match. Soccer
Well, I
match,
can't.
so-
I don't have BBC America. So
Oh,
like
you're a
if I
big
wanted to
fan of
watch something
football
with the
aren't you?
BBC, I wouldn't be able to watch it. Like a new episode. Like I want to watch the new Doctor Who. I
Oh
can't.
yeah, is that big in America?
it's pretty.
Yeah.
big. I mean, it's big for like the nerds.
We in
Your
America
fans.
have an affinity for British stuff.
Yeah. I knew that
Especially
was a thing.
recently.
That's
Like
why most of
Sherlock
my
is a
audience
huge deal
American.
here. Sorry, say that again, Seamus?
That's why most of my audience is American, I think.
Yeah. Like,
Because most...
Oh, it's the accent. Yeah.
I always assumed it was because I got a lot of my audience from Super Carlin Brothers and therefore it was American. Because most other British YouTubers have mostly British audiences. But for that exact reason, I upload at very different times to most other British YouTubers because most of my audience is American.
Yeah, for sure.
I upload at midnight.
But yeah, like there was a long time where most of the TV shows on Netflix were like BBC shows. So you had your Netflix originals, you had some other stuff, The Office and Parks and Rec and all that, and then you had the entire BBC collection.
No,
so
I
people
like
were just
American,
like,
I like American stuff.
yeah, American people being like, yeah, I watch Luther, like just random crap like that.
I'm always curious, what is, like, I was always under the impression that Doctor Who was a big deal in England just because it was around forever. Is it like genuinely a big deal, or is it like some people watch it and that's
it's not
a thing?
something I really ever talk to people about. I feel like it's kind of like James Bond in the sense that it's just kind of a thing that everyone knows about, everyone's probably seen at some point or another, and there are some people who are huge fans of it and they're just in their own separate fandom, and I don't know, I feel like I've never seen it personally, but I know my mum and her family all watched it every night when she was a kid growing up in England, so it's got to be a big thing. I think it's a big thing. I would say it is.
Yeah, I mean,
You've never seen Doctor Who?
I've seen one episode, and it was in a Latin class at school.
I could put my hands on a sonic screwdriver right now.
I probably
like
could
within 5 seconds.
Oh, I definitely could if you gave me 5 seconds, and there's probably more than one.
Well, I just can't. I
TARDIS
can see it.
replica
I
in
just
this
can't reach it. Like
I could put my hand on a permanent marker if that.
I could put.
That's just basically.
I have an
the
Elder
same.
Wand. It's right here.
How much did you pay for that?
$0.0. It was a gift.
Oh, lovely. So someone else paid $30 for it.
They probably paid more than that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's an official Orlando.
Yeah, it's
one.
from Orlando and then mailed to me.
Yeah, I still think the Harry Potter merch is the most overpriced.
Oh, we
thing.
were having a conversation about this earlier today, Ty and I, about how
Harry
I
Potter
could
merch is
make
bull.
probably $5 million for Pottermore overnight.
But by letting you get the wands.
Letting you get
that
the
you
wand,
get-
yeah, that. And the congratulations, you just got sorted into Ravenclaw. I'm going to take you to your official Ravenclaw store where you can buy things that only
I don't
Ravenclaws can
get
buy.
why why Pottermore has no adverts on it. I do not get that.
They did all of the work. Like, so many people use Pottermore, they're obsessed with it, they go buy it. People are there every day, they constantly check out the new articles, but
it's
you
not
can't
as if
get
it's gonna-
anything.
It's not as if it's going to be used less if it had adverts on it.
Right.
And
If you put a store on there that had definitive Harry Potter merch.
Oh my god, you'd make more than 5 million for them. You'd nearly make 100 million for them.
No, I'm talking about one day.
Yeah, it would make them hundreds of millions by just I do not get why there are no ads.
Yeah,
on
this is the
Pottermore.
official Gryffindor store. Like, you can only get this if you get sorted into this house.
Or if someone else gives you the link.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that makes it fun. That means that you're making the effort of being like, hello, friend, I would like the link to the Gryffindor store. Like, that's a whole nother
Yeah,
level of
isn't
they've
it?
got you hooked.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a 10 NPS. You are a promoter. You are going to do what it takes to support Harry Potter.
That and literally, buy my wand. Here's your wand. Buy
I would
it.
buy it. If there was a wand I was going to buy, I would have bought that. I think I can guarantee I would have bought that when I got it.
Oh, it would take one
same.
tweet from Pottermore being like, you can now buy your wand and we'll ship it to your house.
Yeah.
With sometime within the
Then
next
I'd
4
have it.
months.
Like, I try not to buy too much Harry Potter merch, and it gets a lot of hate from my followers somehow because it makes me a fake fan because I don't buy enough. But I'm like, it's just so overpriced.
I don't think I
It's
own a
worth
single
it.
piece of Harry Potter merch other than this wand and this pop. This
I
Harry
own-
Potter pop.
I own a scarf, a cushion, and everything else Harry Potter themed I have has been given to me.
I would buy a Ravenclaw scarf. I just don't have one. But I also don't wear scarves very much.
Yeah, I only wear scarves in the winter, but it gets pretty cold, so...
Well, here a scarf, and maybe this is my perspective, Ethan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but here a scarf is almost always with at least above average attire, or is sports attire. Like above average.
I would disagree with that. I
formality
mean, it's
attire.
just not something that's in my wardrobe. But like,
I don't know, I wear a scarf on like a nice date, and I would feel like an idiot wearing a Ravenclaw scarf on a nice date.
Oh,
I wear
I've worn a Hufflepuff
scarves.
scarf on a date before. Multiple times.
You're Seamus Gorman, though.
I could wear.
Like, that's different.
I could wear. Anytime I have my pea coat on, I could justify wearing a scarf.
Yeah, but
and
I
I'll
would
wear
say a
that
pea
with
coat
jeans
is
and a
a-
t-shirt.
I usually wear, like,
that's my
a-
default. Like, I'm going outside in the winter coat.
Same.
Like, I'll put it on
I have
over
a
a
couple of
hoodie.
them.
Done that plenty of
Yeah.
times, and I would still put a scarf on. And I have put a scarf on plenty of times. I have a scarf that my girlfriend made me. Like, so I wear that. It's just I don't have a ton of occasion to wear scarves, but I would buy one. I'd probably honestly just put it on my wall. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Seamus, what was the last date you went on?
Well, I don't really count going on date with my girlfriend as going on dates anyway. Like, that doesn't count, does it? So it'd have been before we started going out, probably in June 2017 then. I don't know, like, because we started going out in June 2017, so in June.
I'd be concerned if you were wearing a scarf in June. At that point, I would think you were a bit of an
No, I didn't wear a scarf to that. I would have been in a t-shirt. But then again, Northern Ireland gets pretty cold. It'd be like 15 degrees Celsius or like 40, I don't know, 50 Fahrenheit or something. I don't know if that's right.
If you put a scarf on when it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, you're an
Oh, well.
Just FYI, at least in America.
I don't think
I think it's a little bit different in the UK.
I don't think I wore a scarf, but yeah, I don't know.
But like
60 degrees.
Scarves are for like under 5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I agree with that. Unless no, actually, I would wear it under 10. I'd say if it's chilly.
What is 10? 10 is like 40.
If it's cold enough to have a coat on, you can wear a scarf. I think.
Do you do a scarf or a beanie first?
I literally never wear
10
hats.
is 10 is 50.
I do not look good in hat. It just
10 is 50.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You could have paid me $1 million. I would not have told you Vegard was not from England.
Can you not hear his accent?
I thought he was Irish, to tell you the truth. And I'm pretty good with accents.
He just moved to England.
Yeah, I thought he moved to England from Ireland.
He moved from Norway.
But I haven't listened to a whole lot of his videos. And he speaks relatively quickly.
Yeah, there were a couple moments in the video I was editing where I was like, wow, his accent is really strong there. But yeah, I'm annoyed with that video. I recorded all the audio on a microphone where I was just moving it about, and the audio is absolutely horrendous. I was like, this is gonna get so much criticism, and it did, because it was so far away from Sophie the whole time. If you're listening and wondering what video I'm talking about, the video of unpopular Harry Potter opinions that I made. That's a good plug. I held the microphone and I basically did it just for comedic effect, but I didn't gain anything from it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you either have lavalier mics or you have the shotgun mic, and then you just have a prop mic.
Yeah, that's what we should have done. And we did have a mic on the thing, but I just didn't use it, so I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well,
really.
Seamus, you live and you learn.
Yeah, you do. And it was a mistake, but it's fine. The video did fine, so I was like, okay.
It was a good video. I enjoyed it.
Oh, you actually watched 20 minutes of me. That's what my fear was when I uploaded it. I was like, people aren't going to want to watch 20 minutes of me talking
I haven't watched it yet, I'll be honest with you. I just haven't watched it yet, but I did vote yes on the I would watch it, because I will.
Yeah,
I just haven't.
I saw it and I was like, no one's gonna watch 20 minutes of me, and then I was really surprised. I was like 50,000 views in the first 2 days. I was like, wow.
Seamus, you were just on this podcast for 2 hours.
Have I? I don't think I've been here for 2 hours yet.
It's been an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
So I mean, people will listen to you. We have episodes of the podcast.
Yeah,
Obviously, they don't have 50,000 downloads. I wish they did.
Oh, I wish they did too. I'd be on every week. It wouldn't be you using me. I'd be using you.
Yeah, that would be nice. We're not using you. We genuinely want to talk to you.
I was genuinely really excited. I was like, I haven't spoken to these guys for 3 months.
Well, now you're going to get a lot of us.
Yeah, I know.
We have 2 more episodes to do.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I feel like we spoke about Toy Story a lot.
We did.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton to say with this movie. It really just speaks for itself.
There's the freaky toys, which I can see scares people as a kid. Maybe that's why that negative review, Movie Man 12's kids started crying, because of that scary. That head on the spikes was a little scary as a kid for me. 100%.
I'm amazed you still remember that guy's username.
I just remember it was something 12, and it was like a really.
It was Movie Man 12. That was it.
Username.
I was gonna say Seamus probably has the link pulled up so that he can yell at that guy.
Direct message him. Excuse you, sir.
He wouldn't be getting called sir. He's more of a rapscallion, if you ask me. Sorry, I was a bit far.
Sir, I bet you're from Liverpool.
Is rapscallion a everyday word that you use in the UK? I was
referencing How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. That's on E4 too.
It was. I don't know if it is anymore.
Is that just where all of the US shows go?
That's honestly... No, Friends is on Comedy Central. That's the big one.
You guys have Comedy Central?
Sorry?
You guys have your own Comedy Central?
And we have Impractical Jokers on there, which I really like.
Oh, man.
People love that show.
That's literally a YouTube channel with production. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's the Try Guys, but made by 4 old dudes.
But it is funny.
I don't know. The Try Guys has pretty excellent production.
Yeah, no, Shane, his YouTube videos have insane production now. Did you guys know, what
Shane
Shane's
Dawson
been doing
looks
recently?
old.
He's 30 31.
Yeah, YouTube has not been kind to his face.
What do you guys have you guys been watching Shane's documentaries, or do you know about like his?
I know about them. I haven't watched a Shane Dawson video like probably in 10 years.
You will be surprised if you click on one now. It's like the quality is so good. I've watched religiously his Jake Paul docuseries.
Oh, I'm sure. Look, he's a big deal old time YouTuber. Like
I've never seen videos get so many views though. Can you imagine getting 20 million views in a week on one video? Like
no.
It's insane.
But Logan Paul can.
Logan Paul can't get 20 million views in a week on one video. Logan Paul's got 20 million views in a week on one video, I bet. And it was his apology video for creating a suicide forest video.
How many subs does Shane have?
Like, not even 20 million. He gets more views than he gets subs. And he has subs.
That's
got
wild.
17, I think. 18, maybe. And that's a guess.
I never would have thought
I've been on his
Shane
channel
Dawson
like every
was the
few
guy.
days this week, though. Because, like, I've been religiously watching this series. I
He's
love it.
18.1.
Yeah, so it was probably 17 when he started the series.
Yeah, I never would have, like, if you told me in 2008 that Shane Dawson was going to be the guy.
But it is so different to the content.
I never
It's a
would've
different
guessed.
channel to what he did back then, I think. Because he had two, but he only uses one now.
I'm
There's
sure.
Shane and Shane Dawson.
But I mean, it's the same deal with, like, all of these huge deal YouTube shows have great production, like, incredible.
Yeah, second channels, that's a completely different topic
Yeah.
that we were talking about before the podcast started. Because you were told to make a second channel. Is
Yeah,
that
for, like,
true?
our one gaming video that got
Yeah.
8 views.
No, because I've been getting told to make a second channel a lot recently with my whole...
For your vlogs.
Yeah, for my vlog. But I decided not to, and I stand by my decision not to. Purely because I could have made a second channel when I first made a Pixar video, and then I could have made a second channel when I first made a Harry Potter video, because they're different, right? The Pixar videos were very different to what I was making before, and then the Harry Potter videos were different to the Pixar videos. And if I kept making different channels for every different video I wanted to make, I'd have like 6 channels. And I just decided, Seamus Gorman, what does that represent? If it represents me, and it's not as if like my channel's called The Film Theorists or The Game Theorists or something, like where I'm like promising theories and that's in the channel name, right? Like, I don't know. In my opinion, the reason my channel, Seamus Gorman, if you want to see Seamus Gorman, giving you weekly vlogs is what I am. That's exactly what my channel is, isn't it? But I still want to make the stuff I was making, and I'm just doing both. And people watching both, or people watch one and don't watch the other, I don't really mind.
Right.
Well, and I'll say it was actually in that same Gary Vaynerchuk video that I was watching. He was talking about, he's always giving advice on how to become the greatest content creator of all time. And he was like, screw what people say. If you have an audience and you want to say something new, then say something new, and eventually it'll just be part of your brand, which is exactly what you were saying. Is like, before long, Seamus Vlogs is just part of it.
Right.
Yeah, and I think already is now. I think when I first started doing the first one, the first one people didn't realize I was going to be doing it weekly. Vlog 2, people were like, what's going on? Vlog 3, people were like, oh, 4, and now I'm like, I think I'm on to the 7th now, and people are like, oh, this is just going to be something that's happening.
Right. Well, and the number he said, and I'm sure it was, just pulled out of his but it was like, you may lose 11% of your followers who only follow you for theory videos, but you're going to gain 29% from people who love your vlogs.
Yeah, and that was the hope. But even people, this is a bigger toothpaste than orange juice than the first one. The amount of times I get comments saying, I miss when you used to post theory videos and stuff, but it's like, I still post them. Like,
right.
And people say like, you haven't posted a Pixar theory in months, but the reality is, no, just less people watch them than, I genuinely believe the Pixar scene on YouTube, and this is a big statement, but I genuinely think it's slowly dying off.
I think I agree with you. I think with Marvel, with Infinity War, I think the whole theory game changes.
Yeah. Well, I think Super Carlin Brothers showed that. They crushed it. Like, one of them's got like 4 million views, hasn't it? And then like their biggest videos this year will all be Marvel videos by the end of the year. And that says it all. Like, but they would tell you that like the Harry Potter videos, they upload Harry Potter videos a lot more than they upload Pixar or Disney videos, because the average Harry Potter video does better than the average Pixar or Disney video. Unless you have that big idea of like, what's Andy's dad, you're not getting the views.
Right.
And that didn't even do as well as I think they thought it would, to be honest. It didn't do as well as I thought it would, to be honest. Like,
no, as far as like, dollars and cents made from a project, I think that they were underwhelmed with that. But I do think that is one of their, like, as far as the journalism of YouTube goes, is like their crown achievement.
Yeah, I would say that is their crown achievement. But the fact that Marvel video about Doctor Strange's 14 million? I don't know, 14 million and 605 plans? Yeah, that's got more views than it, and it got it in like 2 weeks. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
For me, I think, and I've noticed this in the last year, my Pixar videos haven't done as well. And even if you think the idea is there, I genuinely think there was this hype of the Pixar theory when it blew up, and I think it's starting to die out now.
Well, I think, honestly, like, if you look at the whole industry, I feel like the Pixar theory sets into motion a world where Kevin Feige can say, you know what? I do have 20 movies, and they literally are all interconnected, even though they're all about different things. And you know, some of them are going to take place in World War II, and some of them are going to take place in the 90s, and most of them are going to take place in 2018, but others are going to take place in totally different parts of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And you know, with that, you've got 20 movies that really, like, you don't need a theory to tell you that Iron Man 1 is connected to Infinity War Part 2 or Avengers 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just is. And it's the same with Harry Potter. Now we're up to, 10 films at the end of this month?
Yeah.
And, it's
And
like you don't need...
them, because as long as they do
Right,
well.
yeah.
I don't know how well Fantastic Beasts, that'll be an interesting one to see how it pans out. Because there's the whole Johnny Depp situation, which I don't know enough about.
I don't think the Johnny Depp thing's going to hurt Crimes of Grindelwald at all. No.
But then, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them did better than all of the films other than Deathly Hallows Part 2. Is that correct or completely false?
Yeah, that's correct.
So
that is correct.
It did very well. And it did almost as well as Spider-Man Homecoming, but you don't feel that there was as much hype for the Fantastic Beasts films as there was for Spider-Man. Like, obviously, Marvel's a much bigger franchise than Harry Potter is now, and I don't think there's any debate over that. Like, Harry Potter's...
I will say that's probably true for getting people into seats at movie theaters, but I think the Harry Potter fandom is much, much more invested and much louder than the Marvel fandom.
But I would say Marvel, especially in the last year, is just seems to be just huge. It just, I don't know how to put it, but like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how well Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald does. Because if it doesn't do well, will they make like Star Wars and stop producing the films? Like, if it does Solo bad, would they? Because Star Wars have stopped producing a Star Wars story films after Solo, haven't they?
Yeah.
Would they
for the time being
put it on hold? I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna even be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but it'd be interesting to see how it pans out. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hype over this film though, especially with the latest trailer revealing Nagini to be in it and stuff like.
Well, you know what,
excitingly,
boys, let's pick this up next week.
Yeah, and the good thing is on Bacon and Eggs, you can hear my full thoughts with Jonathan Carlin on Crimes of Grindelwald on Thanksgiving Day.
In
When's
just
that?
3 weeks.
In 3 weeks. That's November
so
25th.
soon.
No, it's not actually in 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks from when this episode's coming out.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't coming out until
Not November 25th.
this episode will be coming out November 4th.
Oh,
Sorry,
so
no,
well,
not November 4th.
Fantastic Beasts is out in 2 weeks of this episode's release.
November
16th.
1st.
First,
yeah,
right?
1st. This is coming out November 1st.
Still 2 weeks. Well, what breakfast food would you say Toy Story is?
I feel like it's like, bacon and eggs comes to mind, but I think it's
I would say
buttered
I would say
toast,
it's sliced
orange
bread.
juice. I was saying buttered toast, same thing. Yeah.
It's like you say it's the best thing since sliced bread. This is the sliced bread.
Yeah, as far as computer animation goes, this is the gold standard.
But I don't know how complimentary that is for a breakfast. Like, if you just get given sliced bread, but sliced bread and whatever you want to put on it.
Right, we would call that toast.
Yeah, exactly, toast.
And it is what you make it.
Yeah, it is what you make it. You can put whatever you want on the toast. You could have, I don't know what you guys put on your toast, but
butter,
honey,
peanut butter,
like you can put whatever you want on the toast. It's good toast, so it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I agree wholeheartedly.
It is the sliced bread. So Toy Story 2 is the best thing since sliced bread, technically, but we're not there yet, so.
We're not there. We'll be there next week, although for you, probably either tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, nice. I'm excited.
Did you have to watch Toy Story?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh,
but I know the film like the back of my hand. Like I could
sure
shut my eyes
yeah,
and watch that film through and come back in 79 minutes. Like, oh, I finished the credits. It was good. Like, I didn't even watch it when I did my video on the Toy Story films. But I regret it. I wish I watched it. Like, what a good use.
When was the last time you seen it?
I don't actually remember. It's probably probably not that recent, you know. But I watch it a lot to get clips from it, and I go through it and then I remember what happens, so that's kind of like watching it. I actually don't watch films all that much, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I really want to watch Infinity War again. I've been saying this for like a month, ever since it's been out on DVD, but I really want to watch Infinity War again, but I still haven't bought the DVD yet.
Seamus, why don't you make that your vlog? Seamus goes and buys the DVD to Infinity War and scoffs at how expensive it is, and then buys it anyway.
We need to do something for my vlog. Wait, can I just show them you're featuring on my vlog?
Yeah.
Say hi to Bacon and Eggs.
Can they hear? They can't hear us.
Hi.
Yeah, they will, because I'll be able to use the audio from the
Oh,
podcast.
duh. Okay. Well, hi, Seamus's vlog. Nice
Oh,
to
no,
see
they
you.
can't
Hi.
hear you. You're right. Unless I use the audio from the podcast. Well, you can just say hi.
I can send you this
I use
part.
my phone. That looks fine. I was gonna get my camera, but it's all hooked up on the tripod, so I was like, that's not worth the time.
Fair enough.
We'll see if that makes a vlog or not.
So-
I cut a lot of clips.
So we're not gonna rank this right now. I mean, it is. I don't know where our other movies. I don't even know what we're doing. I'm sure
Have
it's
you
better
ranked
than.
Infinity War and Empire Strikes Back yet?
Yeah.
So we did a whole new ranking for our second year on the show.
Okay.
So the only thing currently on that list is Transformers.
And this is better than
And this is better than
Transformers.
that.
Oh, but if it was to go on the big list, I would put it at number 3 behind Infinity War and Empire Strikes Back on my personal list.
Well, yeah, so we could go there. We're not going to go there because we closed. The list from last year is officially closed, rubber stamped.
So
like,
it's number
'cause
1.
It just got,
I like that. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
it's number 1 because I'm sure it's better than Venom as well, which is the only other movie we have planned.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's
We
not
haven't either.
got the best reviews, has it?
Neither of us have seen it either. This is we're coming to you from the past right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like by the time this comes out, an episode on Venom will already be out. We just haven't seen Venom or recorded that episode yet.
Oh, lovely. Okay, this is just the biggest time conundrum since.
Yes, we're
The
recording
Cursed
this with
Child.
you
Sorry, I
now
didn't say that word.
because
Seamus, can you say wibbly wobbly timey wimey?
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
There you
Perfect.
go. You know Doctor Who. You got it in a. You
Yeah,
got
I
it
got
in
that
the
in a
bag.
bang. I was actually kind of impressed. Like, if I was filming that in a video, that would take like 20 takes.
But yeah, anyway, Seamus, so I'm gonna be gone for a month starting on the 24th.
I'm coming.
So-
I'm planning to see you on tour with Tyler. Tyler hasn't invited me. He doesn't want me to go. I just saw his face. I can't describe
No,
it.
Tyler's
It kind
just
of
not
just
gonna
like
come.
pulled like a really awkward face. Like, oh, I didn't really want that.
No, Seamus, you can visit at any time. I just don't know what of Ethan's shows I'm going to be able to make it to.
AKA none of them.
I'm going to try.
I would like to see
you shared it
Ethan
on
play
Facebook?
music.
I've shared-
I would
yeah.
have no idea what music you do. I just know you like play the guitar. I see on your Instagram every now and again. Go follow
do.
Ethan's Instagram at Wow Now with zeros for O's.
Yes,
There you go.
that is me. Well, Seamus, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Again.
I'm sure I'll see you either tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, we
free,
got to get these
so-
done before you leave. So,
Yeah,
because
we
you're
can
going
do
to
that.
Belfast.
Lovely.
Anyway,
I could
we'll figure it
record
out.
these in Belfast, but I wouldn't want to because like it's easier to do it here.
You want to and you want to spend time with your girlfriend.
Yeah, I do.
I get that.
So,
We're
yeah.
totally cool getting these done before you go to Belfast.
Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. So yeah, you guys know where to find us. Everything's in the doobly doo down below, the description, all that jazz. I don't feel like saying it right now,
Can you say
but it's
the
all
thing
there.
about we're Bacon and Eggs and we're on iTunes and thingy and wherever you find your podcast?
Oh, Bacon and Eggs and Movie Lovers podcast. With new episodes every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast now on Spotify.
Yeah, I like that. I might.
didn't
That
say
would
that very
be
well.
that would be a T-shirt I'd get. I know you've got that T-shirt.
No, we actually just
got
did a
the
mug,
mug.
and
Oh,
they are
I'd get
they are
that
now
t-shirt.
out of print. I could put them
Alright.
back.
That would be a very
we-
good promotion. It'd be like that says everything you need to know on a T-shirt.
We could make it a T-shirt, but my inclination is nobody would buy them.
I'd give one to me, and it would just be free promotion for 8 minutes. Just people reading my T-shirt.
No, we're gonna get you one that says "Howdy Yokes."
Okay, I can do that.
Maybe.
We can actually, yeah, I'll see what the shipping cost is. We can probably do that like right now.
Well, I'm about to come over to your house. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Oh, you guys having a sleepover tonight?
No, we have a
No.
Google Hangout.
Oh.
Actually, if you're not busy, you can come on it.
I
I'll just send you the link.
I'm literally going to edit my video and upload it when I end. So.
Well, yeah, then you're good.
I
Do that.
probably am busy, but I would have. I'll come on. Do you do it on Wednesdays?
No, they're
Well,
whatever.
we do, yeah. There's another one next Thursday.
I'll be away, but I'll come on at some point if you tell me when.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. All right,
yeah.
well, we gotta wrap up then real quick. So yeah, anyway, everything's down below where you found it. Bacon and Eggs and Movie Lovers podcast with new episodes every Thursday wherever you get your podcast, and now on Spotify. So that one a lot better. Thank you for Seamus for coming on the show. We'll see you again next week. I've been Ethan Edgehill. He's been Tyler Carlin. Him over there across the pond has been Seamus Gorman. And until next week, arrivederci.
A what now?